Welcome everybody to this Glasgow 2024 Twitch stream. We are all here now and we will get rolling very, very soon.
Rolling. Is that a dice pot?
It's always a dice pot. I put lots of dice pots in all of our things.
Amazing.
This is Let's Roll, D&D live play Twitch stream. This is Hell and Highwater session 18, I think we were discussing?
Yeah.
Yes.
18.
Session 18, which is a D&D campaign that I've written that is heavily stolen from everything else. I need to do all the Glasgow stuff first, that's where I am at. Okay, Brain,
yes.
let's go. We are gaming on behalf of Glasgow 2024, the Worldcon that is coming to Glasgow in 2024 in August, 8th to the 12th of August. It's like 3 weeks away at this point.
Oh, goodness.
It is incredibly close. You can still buy memberships and you can still get day tickets as well.
2.5 weeks.
2.5
It's not even 3 weeks anymore.
Oh my
No, it
God.
technically starts
Wow.
on Thursday, so. Awesome. Yeah, so you can still check out memberships. We've got online memberships as well, if that's more what you want to do. We've still got loads of volunteer opportunities if you want to check that out. If you are attending in person, please do check out the Interstellar Organ Recital that we're doing at the Kelvin Grove
Yes,
as well.
Day before the Wednesday.
The Wednesday, I think doors are at 6 p.m. and the actual recital starts at 7 p.m. So you get to wander around the Kelvin Grove Art Museum for an hour before the actual recital, and it's an incredible museum, particularly at night when you're the only people there. So please do check it out if you are considering attending in person and have nothing to do on the Wednesday night. Our fan fund is still ongoing. There should be QR code.
No, it's not. It finished at the 1st of July.
Oh, so the applications for fan fund have stopped.
Yes.
The fan fund is still open to donations for the next convention, as well
Okay.
as the fan fund auction that is going to be held at the convention. So if you have anything you want to donate, you can bring it physically to the convention.
Oh.
The fan fund people, all they ask is that you email them beforehand at fanfunds with an S at Glasgow2024.org to tell them what you're bringing, because it's going to be an online auction as well, so that people that are on the part of the online convention can buy stuff as well. So yeah, if you're coming to the convention and you want to donate some science fiction and fantasy related things to sell to other fans, A, to declutter your house, and B, to raise some money, then please do consider that. Just please do remember to email the fan funds at glasgow2024.org, and it's fan-funds, because they would like to know what you're bringing before you randomly turn up to it with it.
Like that?
Where am I looking? Sorry.
The text box.
The text box, thank you. Yes, fan-funds, yes.
The-
Yes, that email is there, so if you do have anything you want to donate, you can. If you want to buy anything, you can from online as well. There will be the capacity to buy things online as well. And you can also keep donating so that people can go to conventions in the future. Awesome. So I think that's everything I needed to do for the Glasgow side of things. So let's start diving back into D&D after the long 2-week wait that we've had. I'm Alex. I am your humble dungeon master. I am playing all the things that are trying to kill you up, but all the nice NPCs as well. So please do remember that.
We gave you gifts today.
did.
We both gave you
No, I
gifts.
What did we give her?
And gave her an item card to kill us with.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not a very killy item.
No, it's just creepy.
Yeah.
It's just creepy.
It's just creepy. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Isla. I'm playing Kai. They are a half-elf bard warlock.
Hi, Kai. Hey, I'm Will. I am playing Adolin. He's an Aasimar ranger and member of the Knights of Ash. For now.
For now.
I don't know why you're looking at me.
What's happening?
He's retiring.
After how long have you been in post? A week?
It's been less than that.
Less.
Yeah, it's been like 3 days. He's already defecting.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's been like 6 sessions, but you know, days.
I am Rosie. I'm playing Polly, an Aasimar, a used to be half elf, now Aasimar, druid, now paladin. She's had a wild ride. What could I say? Yes, but she still loves bees above all else, including the rest of her party.
A bearded.
A bearded.
Beaded.
Bearded. I like
A
the A.
Pollandin.
Oh,
That's-
that's
yes,
good.
that's better.
Inspiration.
I said none for puns.
Oh,
I'm
come
sorry.
on!
You are too good at making the puns. I can't consideration for every
Change the
single
rules.
You could. The only one stopping you is
How
you.
about for gifts?
No, because that's bribery.
Exactly.
How about birthdays?
No, because we haven't done that in the past.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
You could
this is
retroactively do it.
How about because it's our last session before the con?
How about we get
For
something?
sentimentality's sake.
How about a combination
You've
of all
just
of
got
the
given a
above?
lot of things.
You
It's
did
true,
just get a
but
lot
I
of
worked
things.
hard for
You
those
did
things,
work
and
hard.
one of them I already had.
You did literally nothing. All you did was wait.
I did nothing except do nothing. You're correct. Yeah.
Okay, we will jump to Will then for our recap, please.
Woo.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, first time that's happened.
Oh my! Well, how strange. Have 2 minutes.
All right, cool. We picked up at the beginning of an ambush. We're in the Winter Fey. Am I getting some bonus time here?
I just turned on 2 alarms.
Wait, but I think you're getting it last time.
Yeah.
We're in the Winter Fey. We were progressing down this narrow canyon in the direction of the palace of a being known as the Collector, an archfey who has many things and people that we want. A cousin, a fork, a sword. There's something for
A
everybody.
generic cousin.
A cousin. He's a
It's not your
bit of a
cousin.
dick.
Just the act
They're
of
a
it.
cousin.
When we found ourselves under attack, and we were ambushed by a camouflaged hunting party attacking us from the sides of the gorge. And as we begin to give battle with 3 of us and our Pegasus and our dog, we were further attacked by the remainder of the hunting party.
Oh, fucking hell.
Cavalry riders on mounts that resembled gazelles crossed with kangaroos, and their hounds who looked like griffins as well.
We went for gurus, didn't we?
I
Garoos.
believe so.
Please don't interrupt my recap here. And it was a real slugfest down on that canyon floor, smacking these things about. There were some great area effect spells going off. Hunger of Hadar just blotted out the centre of the gorge for a
Hell yeah.
while. A hasted Polly was just zipping around like a bumblebee.
Yes.
And Adolin was up on the canyon walls trying to fight off the archers and stuff. We took out the hunt leader, we took out the Griffhounds. They took down our dog, they took down Clifford
Oh my
and
God.
tried to escape with him. And we would not have that at all. We pursued, gave chase. A very lethal cast of Blight, a spell I did not expect out of Polly,
Yeah.
to take down the Garou of the hunter.
You have 15 seconds and you've not got to the plot yet.
Oh shit, yeah, the plot.
The fight was
We got the dog
like
back, we
90%.
found a cave, we had a long rest. We had some crazy dreams. Adolin met possibly the big bad of the campaign in a dream and freed them from maybe a prison.
But like a facet of her.
But like a facet of her,
Yeah.
and it felt nice at the time.
That's it. No
Polly.
more.
Thank you so much.
Polly
Will,
met
for
some
your
bees, had a
wonderful
dream of the
recap.
had a dream of the grove, and met a god and became a paladin.
And then we met a cat who's actually a devil.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Fiendish
A
cat
fiendish cat.
wants to be known as Cat.
Cat.
Knows the collector's palace and says, "Yeah, I'll tag along." I feel like I spent too long on the unimportant stuff and not enough time. on the stuff.
Really didn't need to specify
No, but-
individual spells we use.
Actually, that was
I
great.
like-
you were
I
giving
like
us
combat.
credit. Uh-huh.
I like the combat stuff.
Also, definitely a lot faster than the combat itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were fighting 18 things at the moment.
Yeah.
It was
17.
a 4-hour combat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was
Rosie,
awesome.
why did it take so long?
Listen.
Why did it take so long?
I've heard nothing but this.
To be fair, there
For
was
2 weeks.
six rangers, 6 hounds, and 5 mounted
I was
cavalrymen.
quick on my rounds, thank you.
Yes,
very
no,
much.
you
know, I
were.
know.
I thought
But,
I
like-
was well.
You spent at least 10 minutes
It
on
was
one round.
when Clifford got abducted. I think my brain short circuited, and I don't think I've got it back yet.
Oh god, no, it's been 2 weeks. Well, protect your puppy.
Okay, lesson learned.
And we're just not going to address the clothes.
Oh no, yes, we
No.
simply will. We just decided,
No.
yeah.
That will become apparent in time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if you get that far. Otherwise, we're going to be doing this all again.
It's too bored.
So haunted.
Well, if you drag it out long enough, it'll then be winter. So.
Oh, it started raining.
Oh, that's good.
That'll cool it down.
Also, happy Glasgow Pride Day.
Yes.
That's right.
Not the reason we're dressed up, but just a happy coincidence.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I'm wearing the socks I am.
You're wearing socks.
Yes, they have
No,
rainbows
none of you
on
have
them.
legs. That is the rule.
We don't exist above.
Below the table.
Below the table.
Above the table.
Doesn't exist.
Goodbye.
Actually,
We are
that's
only
kinda
characters.
True. Yeah, we don't exist. Only Kai, Adolin, and Polly
Yes.
exist.
Awesome. So I think the first thing we wanted to do was a little bit of looting, right?
Yes.
Classic.
100%, yes.
100%.
We killed a load of dudes and we want to see what they had on them.
Yes, I believe we killed 3 riders. 2 got away.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
several gurus the riders got killed, but they did not. I think there's only 1 dead guru, is my understanding.
And that was the one of the hunter that took
The one that
Clifford.
got blighted.
The one that got blighted.
I feel like that was like evil Polly coming at me like, that's my dog!
A spell
I-
uniquely designed to target plants.
Yeah, shit. Listen. We'll not.
Care to explain that one?
No, we're not going to ever examine that. We're just going to keep on going.
Okay.
Copy that.
Ron just stood there like, oh, maybe Polly and her cousin are related.
Oh my god!
Zing!
Jesus Christ.
Okay, that makes me happy.
Well, a little bit of internal strife in the party.
Yeah.
I know, I like Polly's family dynamics. They're really fun to riff off of as a DM, so I'm rather enjoying this.
Oh dear. What have I done?
You gave me a dysfunctional family to play with, and I have
did.
played with it.
I gave you one dysfunctional family member and you were like,
The whole lot of them.
Time to crowbar it as further apart.
Yes, no,
because
it's-
otherwise
it's-
I had dead parents and a happy mum that cooks and bakes.
She's just nice.
Just nice. Yeah.
She's
You
just
could-
nice.
you could, well, I was going to say you could kill the mum and bring back the parents, but we've already half done that.
Yes.
Yeah, for a bit of emotional damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. I
Yeah.
don't even know if that emotional damage was to Adolin or to Will.
Realistically, she could have killed off Kai's mom and just...
You
How would we know?
We wouldn't
How
know.
would you know?
He's been
How
dead
would
for
we know?
about 10 sessions.
It's been approximately 2 to 3 weeks since you were in the islands. So.
Yeah, and when we were there, did not talk to her.
Your mum has actually gone adventuring with her own party.
Yeah.
Nice.
She's met someone. They've gotten engaged. She
I'm
just
happy
doesn't know
for
where
her.
to send a wedding
Exchanging
invite
cooking
for
and
you.
recipes and things is great.
No, she has Kai's friend's address.
Oh, okay, that's great. So that's perfect. So there'll be a wedding invite waiting
Yes,
for you
Mary and someone else.
Yeah.
Oh, who worked in the inn in Dustin?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
there. Not
They're
your
friends.
Yeah. So yeah, we killed a bunch of these
Yeah,
folks.
we killed some stuff.
We killed all the rangers, the 2 mages.
Mm-hmm.
We killed most of the Griffhounds. We killed.
I think the Griffhounds will have some good loot.
We'll have nice collars that we can.
Give
Add to Clifford?
Clifford, yeah.
Mhm.
He can accessorize.
Where's my character page for you? Just full of Aboleth stuff.
Me?
That seems pretty accurate.
Yeah.
That seems right.
There's nothing on you. There's just Aboleth.
That's all you need.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We killed the hunt leader, who went down at like this end of the canyon,
Yes.
and then what was it like 3 scarpered from that, 1 scarpered from that direction, and then 3 left from this direction. One of whom had Clifford, and we killed.
You
them.
killed the other rider at that end.
Ow!
It was the guru that bolted, I believe.
So we killed both. So we killed the leader and another one at this end. Both gurus.
Yeah, and there's another rider that's dead over here that was the one that picked up Clifford, and then
Yes.
2 riders and 2 gurus.
That got away this way.
Yes.
Back down the canyon.
Yes, I think it's 1 guru
Hmm.
and 3 riders you've killed
Cool.
out of the 5 of each.
Sounds good.
Which is pretty good for animal violence. Like you minimise that with the gurus. The Griffhounds weren't so lucky. But,
We took out most of them, I think.
yeah, I think you melted one of the Griffhounds that got really stuck in your like.
Oh, the Hunger of Hadar.
Hunger of Hadar,
Oh,
because it was
dear.
trying to climb a cliff and it
Oh,
couldn't get
yeah.
out. It was a very unhappy Griffhound.
Well,
Hmm.
sucks.
Sucks to be you.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, what they got?
Okay, so we start with the easy one, I think. What would be easy?
We don't know what you're looking at.
No, you don't. It's about a
No.
spread.
Ooh.
Let's start with the leader. That will be the most fun, I think.
Hmm.
And I'm going to hand these out for the leader. You can have a bit of fun with those. We've got
Ooh.
an oath bow. We've got
Oh,
a
sick!
cloak of elven kind and boots of elven kind.
Oh!
Oh, well, we know who the bow is going to.
You're welcome to.
No, I simply don't want it. It's
I've got a lovely.
made for you.
I've got a lovely ranged.
Well, at least look
I mean-
at what it does.
Okay.
So some of these cards are cliff notey, so if there's anything that is unclear, please Google it. These are all official items. They should be fairly easy to add to your character sheets. But you now have cards to act as reminders for stuff.
Boots of Elvenkind and a Cloak of Elvenkind,
Yes.
which are...
Sneaky boots and sneaky cloak.
Yeah.
So this gives you advantage on stealth checks, and that gives you advantage on stealth checks and disadvantage on perception checks against you.
Made against you, yeah.
Oh, nice.
So who would benefit the most from not being perceived?
Who's
I
not
am
wearing
already
fancy
wearing
boots.
a cloak.
I believe my current armour, is half plate, which is disadvantage on stealth.
So maybe Cloak of Elvenkind would be good for you, because not only would that be a flat roll for you
For
to do
stealth,
stealth, but it would
yeah.
be disadvantage for them to even find you as well.
Yeah.
That would kind of be like you have advantage
Kind of.
by them having disadvantage.
I do have a cloak that I'm really attached to.
What's
the
your
only thing.
cloak?
I'm going to continue with the items.
Yes.
just
Okay,
because
sorry,
there's any
go for it.
difference. So
What's your
we now
cloak?
have another stash
Man
of
for
items
spell resistance.
that
Oh,
is
nice.
from the other rider.
Could you not just wear 2 cloaks?
I'd love to wear
That
two
sounds
cloaks.
like a you thing.
Ooh! Bring the shooting
That
stars.
seems like a me
yeah.
IRL thing.
That's so cool.
Bring the shooting stars. That's very cool.
So you have 2 pairs of
Oh, sorry.
booties.
Bracers of defense.
Please be aware you can only wear one of each item.
I
with the
already
exception
have
of the rings.
bracers.
Okay.
I
I
think.
believe you can wear a maximum of 4 rings.
4
per
rings. Cool.
Depending on how many hands you have, but I don't think that's a problem currently.
Not with our current party, yeah.
No.
So these guys were loaded. These guys are
Yeah.
absolutely loaded.
Yes.
Braces of defense. What armor is everybody wearing at the moment?
Yeah, that's what I'm just loading to find out
Because-
actually.
Normal.
You don't
Studded
wear armor because you do mage armor.
Yeah, I have armor, I don't really wear it.
This would stack with mage armor, right?
Yes, I believe so, because braces of defense increases your base AC.
Well, it modifies it. Yeah, you get a +2 if you're wearing no armor and using no shield.
Yeah.
Ah.
So your mage armor would get a +2.
Yes,
That
I
would
have gauntlets, and I think they're
So
the
that would
same as
make me-
bracers.
Oh, you've got the ogre strength gauntlets, haven't
Yes.
you?
They
I'm
would
fuck
occupy
yeah.
the same slot.
Yeah.
That would make my AC 80.
Excellent. Very good.
You can have some fancy metal or
So
bracelets. then.
cool.
It's cool. Boots of the Winterlands.
I don't think I've
Ooh.
ever seen a picture of bracers before. That is not what I've been imagining
Look, arm things.
ever at all.
No?
I really thought they'd be leather.
Mm.
Most of them are. The braces of defense are for some reason just sort
What's
of
it called?
like lacy metal.
Gladiator, like.
A little, yeah.
So good for trekking through the mountains.
Mhm.
I feel like most of these are attached to the armor I've already got.
What is 1d3? Who has a d3?
It's a d6 divided by 2.
Oh, they are
Hmm.
D3s do exist, and they're pretty
I
cool.
know, but who owns one?
I don't.
Exactly.
They're more of a Pathfinder thing.
I once saw a video where somebody tried to manufacture a D3 that was like a cylinder where you like adjust the dimensions so that you
that's
just
so
you toss it
cool.
and it either like lands on one end, lands on the other end, or lands on the
side.
central surface. Yeah,
I mean,
This is the
technically
really girly side, no.
there are 3 faces.
it
so
has
does
3
that,
faces. Yeah. So and they just tried to like design
Proportional.
design the
They're all
proportions
proportional.
so it had an even chance.
Equal chance of,
Ah,
that's really
that's
cool.
very
clever.
I like that a lot.
I think it was an exercise in like 3D printing and design.
Yeah.
Like how many of these do we need to make?
Okay, so why don't we acknowledge the important stuff?
Hmm.
So, absolutely important.
Yes, 100%.
Absolutely important. And then I think that the Ring of Shooting Stars is pretty cool. These guys, they're useful, but they're not like perpetually useful.
Yeah.
You know, like they're very kind of like circumstantial.
This would be useful right now.
Yes,
Yes.
that's true.
Ring of Animal Influence. Does
I
this?
mean, if we see animals, it is always nice to have a wee chat with them. The
This is not
DCs
attunement, so we can just,
Yeah,
just-
we can
The
use that
DCs
on
are
anybody.
quite low as
I
well.
think we should give it to Clifford.
That's so
He can cast
funny.
speak with animals.
So that would be really funny,
So you can have
actually.
bracelets. No, he's got the same limitation of he's got 4, then 1 for each leg.
What about his tail?
No.
Aww.
You can't have an extra one. Like, no.
So you said that you can't wear a cloak because you have a cloak that you're already fond of.
I like
Could
the
you
mantle
wear?
of spell resistance.
Could you wear boots?
Yes.
It would at least just.
These are non-attunement, so
And it would negate your disadvantage.
disadvantage from the
That's-
armor.
Are you wearing a cloak?
I don't know. I don't think so.
If you're not, you should have this cloak.
Cloak of Elven Kind.
This was all of them, yes.
This is all of the perpetual use items, yes.
Cute.
I have some saddlebag stuff to give you.
I'm not
yes.
wearing a
Ooh,
cloak.
nice.
I had a packed weapon question.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The trident is my packed weapon.
Yes.
I can do a 1 hour ritual to change my packed weapon.
Yes.
It doesn't actually say that you have to like tune or unattune, etc. So
No.
I can remain attuned and cursed and
Yes.
stuff by that one. And just have a different packed
Yes.
weapon. Cool. Last night when I was sitting for ages doing nothing, can I have done the 1 hour ritual?
Yeah, what on?
What do I have? What do I have? I have a crossbow. I think I have a
Depending
glaive.
on your level, you will be limited to certain weapons.
I've forgotten
Because
why
I
I
don't
needed
believe
skin.
crossbows and stuff you get access to until a higher level, so you should
Yeah.
check what your pack
Was it-
weapon
Does your
On
stinger's
my
attack
physical
and
person
damage
right
key
now, I've
off
got
strength?
rapier,
No, it's off
dagger,
wisdom.
crossbow,
Oh.
and
Which is why I don't know why I
that,
needed
glaive,
it.
I think.
I am certain that only the crossbow is an issue.
What was my? Oh, I'm actually
Could-
relying.
The
Let me
others-
look up the stats for them
What's my
then.
strength for?
I
It
mean,
was
it's
a
good
glaive,
to have.
wasn't
My
it?
modifier. I know, but if I
Whose was it?
maxed
That I got
out
from that
on
demon.
Yeah.
attunement.
I just picked it up and I was
Yeah,
like,
the
none of
glaive.
us can use this, I'll just carry it
Yeah,
about. Yeah.
add it to my stick pile, because you have
Yeah.
many long sticks.
Same,
Yeah.
I'm also butting up against the limits of
So
attunements.
my base score is 11. So
And the gauntlets gave you what, 19?
19. So that would be a real difference if I don't have.
I think
those.
that might have been why we gave them to you, because you were going to use it, and it would have the biggest impact on you.
I think I bought them. I think I actively they weren't something we found. It was something that I was like, I would like to be strong, and I swear there was a reason for it, but I can't remember why. It might have just been because I wanted to hit people more.
Mm.
Do
But-
you use them for punching, or do you use dex for punching?
I use wisdom, which is why I'm extra confused.
Did it at some point key off his strength? Because it's
Maybe.
effectively an unarmed strike?
I don't know.
Man.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I can't unattune from my bag of bees anymore because now they're even more kick-ass.
Very kick-ass.
Oh, Alex, what have you done?
Oh no, I have given you too many things! And increased your ability to attune to things. And you get another attunement slot
That's
next.
true.
Would you like the Ring of Animal Influence?
I mean, I like you say, anybody could have
Anybody
that
have
at
that.
the
It's
moment.
non-attunement.
Yeah.
So, animal friendship, fear, and would speak with animals
Yes.
once cast. Would you then be, if you tried to like persuade or intimidate them or whatever, would that then be keying off of charisma for social checks or
Ooh.
wisdom for an animal
That's a
handling
good question.
sort of check?
Once you're actually speaking to them, I believe it's charisma, because animal handling is more about like gently petting a horse kind of thing.
For
Mhm.
sure, yeah.
Would you like to be our Dr. Doolittle?
Sure.
It's because the rumor's gone around all the animals in the vicinity that I cast Blight on them. Nobody will talk to me
She
anymore.
hates nature.
And then we have one guru saddlebags and saddles. So I will give you the saddle.
Whoa.
Oh, it's a saddle of the Cavalier!
Yo.
Oh, sick! Oh, this was one that can we just throw this on Belinda before
Okay.
we knew it was magical?
I don't even know what this is.
It's a really fun saddle.
It is very good for doing mounted
You
combat.
can't be dismounted against your will if you're conscious and attack rolls against the mount have disadvantage. Yo, that's really cool.
Yeah.
We stuck this on a centaur player character in another campaign, and
So
then we
funny.
stuck the gnome wizard on top of them.
You're
so that we were
geniuses.
constantly disadvantaged to hit the
So
centaur.
funny.
Alex was the centaur.
Yeah. So I like dicking around with rules.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And going through the saddlebags, you would find all of them.
Oh
God, Alex!
What is this stack? Oh my
Fucking
god!
hell.
Right.
Okay, so a good few of these are the same
Wait,
thing.
what?
Yeah.
Why are there
They all have the generic
They're so-
image.
Oh, they
Geometry.
all have the same. Okay.
Oil of etherealness,
Slipperiness.
which can cover a medium or smaller creature, and sorry.
It's like they go to the ethereal plane, that kind of deal.
They gain the effect of the etherealness spell for an hour.
Yeah.
Oil of slipperiness.
Probably can't be grappled.
gains the effect of a freedom of movement spell for 8 hours.
Or you can spill it and it's the
It's
grease spell.
the effect of the grease spell.
That's so fun.
Freedom of movement, for sure.
Okay.
The filter of love, the potion of fire breath, a potion of giant strength, hill giant strength.
Cool.
I have a potion of stone giant strength in my back pocket that I've been keeping for a while, but
Nice.
that's good. Potion of growth, which you gain the enlarge effect of enlarge reduce.
Kazan Clifford.
Potion of vitality, removes any exhaustion you are suffering and cures any disease or poison affecting you.
Well, Melinda's pretty much back to normal.
She's back to normal now, yeah.
She's still got one.
She's got
Yeah.
1 level, yeah. Universal solvent and sovereign glue.
I love
What
this glue
the-
so much.
Who are these guys?
This
What
is
are they?
so
What are
funny.
they carrying?
They could have done so many ridiculous things.
Yep.
Can I read the...
Oh yeah, no, sorry. Oh, go man.
Where is it?
Why
Where
are
is
they
it?
carrying glue?
Where is my...
Sovereign glue is a permanent adhesive bond between any 2 objects. It must be stored inside a jar or flask coated with oil of slipperiness. Which seems to imply that if you can throw the oil on something, it becomes immune to the effects of the glue, but then also whatever.
Well,
What?
An ounce of glue can cover a 1 foot square surface. This container contains 1d6 plus 1 ounces. It takes a minute to set. The bond can only be broken by the application of universal solvent or with a wish spell.
that's so fucking funny. I love whoever pitched that
What
back
is
in the
this?
day. Kudos
Yeah.
to you. I think...
What do we want to glue together?
We should take the glue and we should throw this into the lake. And solvent goes in the lake.
God, what would
I
that-
am going to love having that that audio clip to play back to you for when you accidentally glue yourself to something.
It's in
Oh,
the
no.
lake. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. So, I don't know. Shuffle and divvy these out because it would just be useful.
Yeah.
I would not be attuning this right now. I don't think.
Cloak of kinds. Okay.
I really like all my other items. I'm scared to unattune the gauntlets until I remember why I have them. Because I would hate to find out mid-combat. Be like, oh god, this is why I had such a high strength. I'll check the tapes. And I'll figure it out. Ring of Shooting Stars is the only other one that we haven't, think I need. What's that?
I just misheard you. I thought you said shitting.
That's a
Shooting
different,
stars?
That's a different item.
Yes.
That's a legendary artifact.
That's a very upsetting item.
A saddle of Cavalier to Belinda.
Ooh, requires attunement outdoors at night. That's cute.
Now, is that going to apply permanently while we're in the Winter Fey?
Ooh.
It is always
It's always-
night in the bit that you're currently in. So
There we
I guess
go.
it depends on how
Convenient.
far you walk.
So these guys are both attunable, so are the boots. How is everybody doing on slots?
Well, it's new morning, so.
No.
Oh, attunement slots. This would be my last one.
I am already.
Yeah,
I don't
we're
like.
in
I
the
don't.
Same sitch.
I'm not sure I've got room for the oath bow.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I've got.
What does the oath bow actually do?
Let's you like nominate a particular creature.
Ooh.
You can name a sworn enemy.
Swift death to my enemies.
You have advantage when you make a range attack roll. Oh, you have advantage on rolls against your sworn enemy. They gain no benefit from cover or than total cover.
Oh,
You suffer no disadvantage due to long range, and they take an extra 3d6 piercing damage.
that's really good.
While your sworn enemy lives, you have disadvantage on attack rolls with all other weapons.
So it's really like you're in it.
Yeah, it's either I'm using that or I'm using nothing else.
Okay, here's a pitch for you. If there's anything here that we're not as keen on, which like they're all amazing.
Yeah.
These could also make really good bartering artifacts for the collector.
We could, yeah.
I'd be a little bit sad about handing them over immediately upon getting them, but I'm just saying we could.
Yeah. Like
Also,
a couple of these were very rare. The Oath Bow, the Ring of Shooting Stars. Quite valuable. We technically have 2 legendary items in the forms of glue, sovereign glue, and universal solvent.
they're legendary?
They're legendary.
Whoa, that's awesome.
They're just so dumb, I love them.
I'm just thinking, so presumably this was one of the 2 bowmen that we attacked was using this.
This was the hunt leader, I think.
We
This
could
was
have
like the
just
bannerman.
confiscated their bow from them, and then watched them like disadvantaged trying to like throw punches to get it back. No,
Just disarm
get
them
Give
with the
it
bow.
back.
Like, oh, I can't use my sword as well. Oh, no.
If we had known, if only.
I've declared you my sworn enemy.
Do I want a rapier or a glaive?
Ooh.
Explain.
Rapier is +7 and it does a d8 +3.
Yeah.
Glaive is +3 and does a d10 -1, but also has a 5-foot reach.
Yeah.
Rapier.
Yeah.
Why do you have a glaive? How long have you had a glaive?
I've just been when we like yo-yoed the demon to death in the fight on the bridge,
Oh, yeah?
one of them just had one and I took it and I was like, someone will want this, and none of us did, so I've just been carrying it about.
That's very funny.
So the glaive would go really well with the gauntlets of ogre strength.
So
Do you want
we
a glaive?
So that's 11. That's 4.5 damage.
And that's,
And that's
7.5.
7. So that's better.
Yeah.
That's just
For
objective.
you, the
measure.
rapier is
Yeah.
way, way better.
Do you want a
yeah.
glaive?
I mean, I probably won't use it.
Well, you can. You're physically
Great, I'll add it to my collection of poles.
perfect.
How are you doing this?
I don't know. It's just become a comedy bit at this point. In fact, that's the reason I've got the 19 strength. Is because it's
Carry all this
it's
stuff.
the only way I can carry all these poles.
I've had this quiver of Elona? The swift quiver, whatever it's called. The one that you can stash like several bows, several staves,
Oh, that's a good
5
one.
quivers worth of arrows and stuff all inside. It's like, you know, if we just need so much like a glaive or an oath bow, we'll just the magic golf bag, effectively.
The magic, you've got a caddy bag.
It's a magic golf bag. Yeah.
Wonderful.
But yeah, no, boots of elven kind. Love it to bits. Sneaky boots
There we go.
and a saddle of the cavalier.
You have that one?
For sticking on Belinda, yeah.
Cool.
Could we put the cloak on Belinda?
Belinda doesn't work the same way that Clifford does. I'm
Okay.
afraid. So
It
I've
just-
allowed stuff to go on to Clifford because he's a bit more of a actual party member. Belinda is still a summoned creature.
Could we put the ring of shooting
Ah.
stars on Clifford?
You can if you want.
Oh,
how many?
God.
So how many achievement slots has he got
You
left?
get
Because I think he's used 2 at least. How about the little oils and potions and the like? Does anybody have any ones that they would like to?
So I think the Insignia of Claws is an attunement slot. The Cloak of Displacement and the Cloak of Protection. I can't remember. At least one of them is
Oh,
attunement.
yeah.
I'm not sure about the other one. So he's either got one
He
or two.
doesn't have the
slots.
cloak of protection. He has the ring of protection.
Well, he has a collar of protection.
Yeah, but because he couldn't have the 2 cloaks.
Yeah.
And I do think that the cloak and the ring, one of them is perfect.
Proficient.
Okay, the
and
ring
it's
is
attunement.
attunement.
Shit, so
The-
he's got that.
Okay.
Cloak of.
The cloak of
Displacement.
displacement is attunement.
Is
Okay,
attunement.
so
Okay,
Yeah,
he's
he's
because
got
I
got
have
one
one of
slot
those.
left.
He's got 1 slot
Got
left.
one slot.
Okay.
I got the ring and cloak of protection. I both attunement.
So we could give him another ring, or we could give him little booties.
Little booties. Which booties? The boots of the Winterlands.
Yeah,
Or we could just
Oh.
wait until we level up and we all have an extra attunement slot.
that's true.
I'm looking forward to that.
That
bit,
could
yeah.
also work.
Mhm.
I just get something.
I think it would be really funny to give him the ring of shooting stars,
I
because
would
then
love
he
to see
can
Clifford
cast
a
spells.
spell. Just any spell.
Do you?
He is a being of the god of magic. This is like right
Yeah,
up
what?
shooting stars. You know, he
It
just
is her vibe.
yeah.
Fine.
Does he not say he used to live amongst the stars with Mr.
Yeah.
Yes!
He
Oh my
did,
god!
he
Can we
did.
please
It was
do this?
meant for
we
him.
have to
You
give it
can.
him.
That's true. That's true. Cool.
Oh, that's so cool.
Clifford gets them.
Okay, right. This is
We have decided.
ridiculous, but absolutely.
I'm just double checking on whether or not he has to be able to spellcast.
No. He
If-
can spellcast now.
If a guardian spirit dog of
Oh
the
my
god of
God.
magic cannot use a magic casting ring,
There's something in the
Something's wrong
rules
in
that
the
says the
world.
dog can play basketball.
I don't know the reference. I'm
yes,
sorry.
Airbud
Oh,
rules.
Yeah.
Um, So Clifford can't cast spells. That is a known thing. He cannot cast spells.
He has Mistral Form.
He does, but it's not a spell. It's a magical ability. He's never needed to cast a spell.
But now his time to shine.
But I don't think the Ring of Shooting Stars requires the
Yeah.
individual to have spellcasting.
If a rogue attuned to that, they would be able to cast.
Yeah.
What items did you grab, if any?
I haven't actually grabbed any.
Grab
I will
something.
take some potions or the like if we divvy those out. And I'm
I
happy
don't want the
to.
ring.
I think, unfortunately,
I
he will
can't
be
attune to anything
spellcasting
right now.
with
I like my
intelligence
It's
as his DC.
it's not attunement.
Oh, because
I think the ring
if we're communicating with them, they'll be using charisma.
specifies.
And you have better charisma.
Oh,
than I do.
interesting. No,
So it makes more sense.
This doesn't specify a DC for these spells, so
No, because it's based off of the casters, which means I think Clifford will be casting using intelligence.
Intelligence is the base usually.
see page 182 of the Dungeon Master's Guide.
How smart is
All right.
Clifford?
And it's one of his
He
worst.
talks.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's his worst. No, his charisma is significantly worse.
Oh,
His
snap.
intelligence is just 10.
I mean, that's not bad then, because I'd have thought, like, as a magical creature, like, a lot of their innate spellcasting keys off charisma.
It depends where the creature is from.
Hmm.
Because he's a being of Nister, I believe he uses intelligence.
Cool. Shrifty. I'm thinking of, like Freety, fire elementals. All their innate spellcasting keys off charisma.
That makes sense, because there's sort of like genie warlock based things,
Yeah.
aren't they?
They are genies. They are straight up
Oh, genie.
genies. Cool. Okay, well that's a pretty good divvy up of items to start with, and all the potions and stuff can just kind of go in the bag of holding for now.
Yep.
For like,
I do think that we should split them up though, because if we were mid combat and one of those became, or mid even social encounter, and one of those became like a man, I wish we had that.
Yeah.
It takes an action to get into the bag of holding and get
Oh, does
them.
it?
So it would be better that they were actually on our person and easily kind of like.
Yeah, unless they're
Right.
on your person, it'll be an action to grab them.
Yeah.
So even like from the saddlebags that are now attached to Belinda, it would be an action to draw them out of that.
Okay.
Doesn't the solvent and glue do?
Glue sticks things together, the solvent breaks it apart.
I feel like they should be together. Whoever has
Just
one should
in
have
case.
both of them.
That's fair.
What is a filter of love?
It's basically a love potion.
Oh god.
Oh, hate that.
There's another one to throw in the lake.
I think at some point I'll get an effect that gives me freedom of movement, so I'm happy to go without
Do you
going.
want to
Already
just?
have them.
Just
I don't
shuffle
think I've got
and
to
divvy
that
them up?
exact one.
Yeah.
That's like the max level version of that.
You aren't affected by magical or non-magical terrain.
That's correct.
Yeah.
But there's the upgrade to that explicitly says you are considered always under the effects of freedom of movement.
Ooh.
Do you want the potion of giant strength? Because I've already got potion of giant strength. You've got the gauntlets.
Okay,
You should,
sure.
you should have the other one.
You're ruining our fun. I'm kidding.
Yeah, Will.
Actually, I think you'll find the optimal division of these items.
If you don't like them, you can change them up, but humor us.
Okay.
Well, I already
Potion
have
of
two now, so
vitality.
you should take one, and then Will takes another one. You take another one. Oh, you got the love potion.
Fuck.
Oh, slipperiness. Huh.
You take another one. What? Oil of etherealness. Why is it an oil?
Because you pour it on yourself. You do not drink it.
You shower in
You
it,
slather
and
it.
then
It's really good for your hair. You've heard of rosemary oil?
What does it do?
It just makes you go
Oh.
to the ethereal plane, I'm pretty sure.
You get the trait that is like etherealness.
There's
like
a
you
spell
are-
you can look up and it'll tell you in more detail.
Yeah.
I got
Strider.
potion of growth and filter of love. Love.
that joke writes itself.
Shit.
What was the other one?
Potion of growth. They come in the form of like a little tablet
That's
with
really
E on
funny.
it.
Lovely
So
tablet.
Blue
incredible.
tablet
I can explain.
for men of a certain age. Level 14 ranger, I'll get that particular knack that
Okay.
gives you freedom of movement.
What am I doing?
I got it.
You did.
Fire.
Yeah.
I don't have any fire spells, and now I do.
Okay.
nice.
Right. So you're covering
It's
your
very
bases.
strange for you, actually.
It is.
That fire breathing spell. Have you seen that one? There's a spell that you can cast on literally anybody to give them a breath weapon, and it's cool as hell. And in my very first campaign ever, we were so close to it disbanded, unfortunately, but I was so close to being able to cast it on my tiny little pseudo dragon. And it was going to be fucking hilarious.
Nice.
That would have been so cute.
Yeah. Tiny little dragon, massive breath weapon.
What is your dragon called?
Time.
Clean.
Like the herb.
Time the herb, not time the
Time.
time concept.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. If you wanna,
Oh, cool. Okay.
maybe we should put the glue and stuff into the bag of holding. Actually, maybe it's safer in there.
The bees can look after it.
I didn't mean mine, but I suppose that
You just come back
definitely-
and all the bees are like,
that
help.
could go
Stuck
wrong.
together in a clump.
Yeah,
Oh no.
The ones
Next
in the
time you
middle are
offer
like,
somebody
"We're
a handful
dying."
of honey.
it's stickier than I remember, but I'm sure it's good.
Oh no.
Freedom of movement for 8 hours.
I
I think for now, yeah, like I'll hold on to that if that's alright.
Yeah,
Just
No.
slippery.
slippery. Honestly, I'm gonna pair it with these two and then.
What was this hunting party doing out in the wild for like a month with nobody else to
That's
speak and
true.
talk to?
That's
They just
true. Oh my goodness.
what happens on the hunt stays on the hunt.
Yeah.
Don't kink shame the people we murdered.
They've suffered enough.
What we find in this wasn't even the leader's saddlebags. This was just like one of the
Some
riders'
guy.
I
saddlebags.
bet the leader had no idea what was going on. They were just
We
like,
we killed Kinky Jim. All right. Sorry,
Kinky
Jim. With his sovereign glue and his universal solvent and his oil of slipperiness.
Oh, Jimmy.
What? Imagine what the other gurus were carrying.
God.
Oh no.
Right, are we happy with how we've divvied at the moment and
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
items that we're not really utilising will just kind of stick in the bag of holding?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Yes. We dressed fancy for a reason, damn it. We're gonna make this happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's
Okay.
good loot.
Incredible.
Yeah. Does anybody attune to anything overnight then?
No. Clifford will, Belinda will,
Yeah.
and you will,
Yes.
right?
Braces of defense, yes.
Yes.
Mhm. Sick.
So yes, 3 people will be attuning to
Okay.
things overnight.
All
Awesome.
good?
Then we carry on with the cat, I guess.
Yeah, the cat that is currently having a nap on Belinda's saddle.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. On this lovely saddle of the Cavalier that does now
Onwards.
fits our
Cat
Pegasus.
cannot be unmounted.
It's not getting the benefits of that item. Stupid cat.
Did the cat talk, or was I talking to it with telepathy?
You were talking to it with the telepathic bond.
Right.
Because you put it into the telepathic bond
Oh, God.
before doing the divine sense.
Oh.
Which is why Polly has not been able to tell anybody about that, because there's no way to tell them without the cat automatically
Yes,
knowing.
yes.
Yeah, we did do that, didn't we?
Yes.
Darn
Does
it.
You
it
like,
have
"Ah."
any proficiencies?
The cat. Oh.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good question.
While
yeah.
we're here.
Deception, probably.
You only get physical things, don't you?
No. Or is it we don't
No,
get
it's
physical?
mental things.
Goes
Only at mental things. So if the cat was acrobatic, we wouldn't gain
No.
that?
No.
No. How bizarre. I think I've got like expertise in athletics, but could have shared.
No, that wouldn't have helped.
So yeah, so it would.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't be transmitted.
No, it's only mental abilities, physical abilities. Telepathy doesn't really help with that.
Yeah.
No, don't jump like that. Jump like this. You're still not doing it right.
Lift with your knees.
I'm trying to find its stat block. It's only mental, isn't it? So
Yep.
it's got perception.
Another
Cool.
one. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have any other mental ones.
That will do.
Damn. bet good money on this fiendish cat having deception.
Oh,
Tricksy
yeah,
little
but
bugger.
actually that's good that we know that, though, now. That it's
Maybe it's
not
just a really charismatic cat.
overtly deceptive.
Wicked. So the boot, are we putting the boots of the Winterlands on anybody? Are these? Oh, these are attunement.
And that's just our pile of stuff for the bag.
Stuff for the bag.
We carry on
Onwards.
to the house.
To the house.
I believe we were looking at clouds so that we didn't think about anything important.
Yes, I believe you were, to stop yourself from acknowledging the cat's fiendishness.
Yes.
Cool.
Jesus, okay.
Cat.
Cat the cat.
Cat the cat.
Cat the cat that's now having a nap on Belinda's back.
Fox the fox. What's our number?
Pardon?
And the fox from Will's number.
Oh.
The fox called Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah, speed on that.
I'm like 2 episodes behind.
We'll catch up later.
Not now. Okay, so we are continuing up the canyon.
See.
Yes.
Onwards.
It is getting colder and colder.
Man,
as
if only we had some booties.
I know,
If
if only.
If only we had loads of cloaks.
Can we just wear them despite the fact that we're not getting any magical benefit just to swaddle ourselves?
You can wear them for a bit of additional warmth if you
Cool.
want.
Yeah.
That'll do.
So as we're going to be continuing up the canyon, we are going to go into cold weather scenarios.
Oh, God.
I believe I have warned you about.
And we couldn't
Yeah.
give the booties to Belinda.
I immediately forgot.
I think we have been warned multiple times.
Yep.
All these
I
items.
just don't really know what that means. So.
All these items keep popping up that give us like resistance to cold damage.
And we're like, that's cool.
Convenient.
But
Anyway.
we ignore
bag.
cold weather effects.
Trying to see if I got any
Okay.
cool magic stuff that'll help y'all.
So as we're continuing into cold weather scenarios, you will be doing Constitution saving throws at the end of each hour, or you will be gaining levels of exhaustion.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Creatures that have
Just fix Belinda's.
Yep. Creatures that have resistance or immunity to cold damage automatically succeed on the saving throws. As do creatures that are wearing cold weather gear. Or any creature that is naturally adept to cold climates.
Okay, cool.
No.
That's none of us.
No.
Let's do this.
I get the benefit from the armor.
Yes.
Ooh,
so I believe
yeah.
you are immune. You are immune to cold
No,
damage.
you say this
Yeah.
every
Yeah,
session.
we-
Every
You
session, I'm
should
like,
say
no,
yes.
it's lightning.
It's
At this
lightning,
point,
okay,
you
cool.
could just be like, yeah, you know what? You manifested it. It's happened now.
Yeah. Kai believed hard enough, and now they are. Yeah, if I ever took level 6 of Warlock, I would be immune to cold.
Okay.
But that's all you get at level 6. And I'm like, that's kind of shit.
I don't have anything really that could help other than enhance ability, but it's. I always think that it's kind of shady for these things. It could work. You said checks every hour,
Yes.
so it could work for an hour, like worth of things. And I could make it that we could have advantage on con saves. Shall we play it by ear first?
Yeah, let's
See
just
how we
try
do?
one and see what happens.
If we're really fucked up, then I'll maybe cast it on somebody.
I could do something similar. Protection from energy is 3rd level spell that gives resistance to can be cold for up to an hour, but just the 1 hour.
Yeah.
So it might be the sort of thing that we resort to when the palace comes into sight and we're an hour away.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. We'll play it by ear.
Playing it by ear. Okay.
Uh-huh.
But for now, we are pressing onwards.
Yes.
Okay.
We trudge.
We trudge.
We trudge.
We start trudging. The snow starts to get thicker and
Oh
thicker.
dear.
And I will ask for your first Constitution saving throws for the hour. As much,
Can I get the help action to anybody?
not for resisting cold.
I suppose over the course of an hour, like a check. Yeah.
How are you going to constantly keep somebody warm while walking?
Hug them.
While
Penguin
walking.
huddle.
Hug them.
Moving penguin
Collect
huddle.
no.
Con save or con check?
A Constitution saving throw.
Okay, I got 13.
15.
15, and
I'll
I
roll for
need rolls
Belinda.
for Belinda and Clifford, please.
Do you want to roll something?
I'll roll for Belinda.
Okay. And
Do you want to roll something?
Yes, just because you don't get to because you're so immune.
You're so immune.
Do you want to roll for Clifford or shall I?
You do it.
I mean, it's not great.
I'll do it.
That has already been rolled. You can do it next time.
It's a con save, and there's no bonuses or anything going around, are there?
as far as I'm
not
aware,
for
no.
this, no. Clifford got a 6.
Oh no.
Belinda gets a natural 20.
Nice.
She's used to being in the
She
sky.
shields
It's
Clifford
cold
with
up
her
there.
wings.
The cat is currently taking up that
Fuck's
position.
sake.
Yep.
That fucking cat.
Fuck cat.
So Clifford
Does
is.
the cat roll?
I think you would know.
Does the cat look cold?
The cat looks absolutely happy on the back of Belinda.
Stupid cat.
Little bastard
So
cat.
Clifford does fail
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
and is going to take a point of exhaustion.
Oh.
I
No.
don't think it's charged.
I don't remember how to turn it on.
It's the nib. Oh,
Oh, it's got a little
bit
bit
charge.
charging.
A little bit charge.
Fun.
Yeah, so Clifford will take 1 point of exhaustion.
Okay.
Have we got friends?
Hi, Colt.
Hi, Colt. You've missed
Hiya.
an hour of
Loot.
Oh god.
inventory.
The inventory.
Do you
We got a
do I
lot of
have
magic
a
items.
white packet?
Hmm. Let's see. Maybe I'll rest that.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's 3:20. We started late and then we did inventory, so we've actually only just started.
Hmm.
It is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
What are you taking notes on already?
I'm just narrating. This is the story.
What?
Cold weather. So it's affecting us. That's
He's just
fine.
writing burr. It has
cold.
so many R's.
Excuse me for taking notes for my recaps.
Okay, 1 hour.
Okay, 1 hour. We are going to continue trudging through the snow. Up
Were the rest of us all good?
Yeah, all the rest of
Clifford?
you all passed. Only Clifford failed.
Oh, no, he's at disadvantage.
Fuck.
No.
No,
No,
it's
not
safe.
yet.
It's
Yeah.
a safe.
True,
Never
true,
mind.
true.
3
But
points
you're gonna
of
roll this
exhaustion
time, it's
is
Okay.
ability checks, I believe.
We walk for another hour. How far away is... Can we see the house? Have we seen
Can we
it?
So you're quite deep in a canyon at the moment, so you actually can't really see past the twists.
When
of
I was
the
on top
canyon.
of the mountain cliff edge
Yeah.
making a map, could I see the house?
You could see the top of the palace. Yes.
How close did it look from my map? Where are we?
I think you'd estimate it was about maybe a 4-hour walk.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's been an hour.
An hour. We've had one failure so far.
Okay.
So are we continuing? Yes. Through deep snow?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Onwards.
Onwards, please roll again.
I assume moving through the canyon, we are less exposed to like the wind and whatnot
Significantly.
than if we were up on top.
Ugh.
Significantly.
Okay.
Good choices were made.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see, it was like a plus 7.
Would Belinda's nat 20 give her like, I don't know, advantage on the next save or anything?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, boo. Just something.
It's worth checking.
Just something. She's so exhausted. She's been exhausted since we met her.
I know.
Not good. Clifford doesn't like the cold.
Clifford doesn't.
What did Clifford get?
Clifford got an 8.
8. And
better.
what did Kai get?
I got 16.
16. And what did Polly get?
18.
An 18.
Belinda also got 16.
A 16. Okay, Clifford has failed again.
Fuck.
Okay, we have
2
one.
levels of exhaustion
Baby
for the
boy.
puppy.
Hey,
We have
boy.
one potion of vitality that we can use to clear an individual creature's exhaustion. at some
All of
point.
the exhaustion?
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
Any exhaustion and then diseases or poisons, and
Okay.
then it gets some like extra stuff on spinning hit die for the next 24 hours.
Should I cast a round of enhanceability for this next one? Can we gauge how much more travel do we think there is?
You think there's about another 2 hours if Kai's map is accurate.
So I could do a second level just on Clifford, or I could do a third level on Clifford and somebody else.
Would
Like Belinda or something.
would enhance ability give us?
It'd be advantage on con saves.
Oh.
And temporary hit points, but that's less.
Hmm. No, that's a really good shout, actually. Yeah.
So I want to do it on Clifford,
Yeah.
period. Should I upcast to cast it on somebody else also, or do we think just Clifford?
I think, is it just Clifford and Belinda
Clifford
that
has
have
2,
levels?
Belinda has 1.
On
So
the
Bel-
next level, he will start getting disadvantage on saving throws anyway.
The
Yeah,
DCs
so-
I anticipate going to be getting higher as well.
I think Clifford definitely needs it. Belinda's movement speed is really like key to what she can
Yeah.
do, and losing half of that's a big deal.
Is
so
that her second?
That would.
Yeah.
This would be. She's on one. This would be the second one. she
Okay,
gets
so
it.
I'll upcast it. I'll cast it at 3rd level, and I'll cast it at both of them, so they'll get advantage on their checks. Shall I roll their temporary hit points as well?
If it only lasts for an hour,
Yes.
then no.
Okay.
We're not, unless you guys are going to start fighting amongst yourselves.
I punch Belinda.
Okay.
So yes, can you please roll me for the 3rd hour?
Cool.
Ooh.
Oh, I got another 16.
So Belinda rolls at advantage, yeah.
Yes, I failed.
Does Clifford roll at
Advantage, yeah.
Yeah, that's worked.
These two.
In fact, I think that will have made a difference.
Oh, that's much better.
Mhm.
He gets a 21.
21?
Nice. I got a 9.
A 9,
21 Belinda.
21 Belinda.
Nice.
Okay, so it's just Polly that's failed this time.
All of the strain of holding the spell for an hour, I was not paying attention, and my socks are soaked. They're
Just your socks.
Yes, the snow got in over the top of my beauties, and now my feet are wet, and the rest of
Oh
me is
dear.
like,
Oh, that's
Oh,
horrendous.
They
Yeah.
are the worst. So yes, you are on disadvantage for ability checks at the moment.
okay,
Same as Belinda.
1 level of exhaustion. Cool.
And going into the 4th and final hour.
Shall I, before we roll, do we want another?
I could cast it again.
I can do one protection from energy on somebody as well.
Okay.
For just
What's
to-
that, advantage or?
Resistance to cold, which is an automatic pass on this.
Oh, okay.
For Polly?
What
Because you already have one. You don't want to get a
Already have
second one.
do you mean I don't get a second one?
You don't.
You
want
don't want to get a second level
Oh.
of
Level of exhaustion.
exhaustion.
That's true, I don't. And I could cast, like, again another 3rd level and do the other 2? Or, what do you
The
think?
2 animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that.
Does that sound good?
So do you want the resistance to cold and the automatic?
I would take it, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, if we know that there's about an hour to go, then yeah, Adolin will do protection for energy on you.
Thank you.
Please mark off your spells.
Indeed.
Cool.
And then Polly does not need to roll then, but we still need a roll from Belinda, Kai, and
I'm gonna
Clifford.
Clifford's die in timeout.
Okay.
Do you want to roll Clifford's and just roll better?
Sure.
Lol.
Yes, you know what that.
The one that just went in timeout, it's coming back.
It's coming back, but it's competing now.
Oh, that's a scunner.
Ooh.
Clifford was a +4, is that right?
22.
22. Okay.
Belinda only gets a 10.
Okay.
I think that's not going to
Clifford.
do it.
Clifford got a 17.
17. Okay. Belinda has failed.
Yeah. I feel like a 10 might have done the first one, but not the last one.
Yeah. Oh well. Okay, so Belinda's on a 2nd level of
Oh,
exhaustion.
dear.
So her speed is halved.
Yeah.
Oh, Belinda.
So we've got Polly on 1 point of exhaustion, Clifford on 2, and
Belinda on 2.
Belinda on 2.
And then, sorry, how much for yourselves? You got 1,
1.
and Kai.
None.
Oh, you passed every
Guy
save.
kicked ass.
Nailed it.
Oh, you're writing it all down.
Oh well. Yeah.
Perfect.
There's enough of you that has it now.
I will erase this little thingy.
Your handwriting's.
Belinda has 2.
Belinda has 2.
Both Clifford and Belinda have 2.
Yep.
They are very, very soggy poppies.
Oh dear.
Bless.
Belinda's so exhausted she's turned into a dog.
Yes.
Aw.
She's just trudging through the snow being like, I wasn't made for this.
Whimpering. The cat looks fine.
Cat looks fine.
Cat looks fine.
Cat is fast asleep on the back of Belinda.
Super
Of
cat.
course, of course.
In terms of telepathic bond, I'm presuming we're not stopping mid-snow, like drifts and stuff like that, to recast it every hour.
No.
No, I don't think so.
So we could have had a nice whispered conversation while the cat's asleep about it being a fiend.
That's true, yes.
Mhm.
That's true.
If you want to, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Hey guys, I don't know exactly how to explain this, but I'm getting some really not to be like presumptuous,
Racist.
but like I don't guess the most great vibes from the cat.
The cat's great. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
It's a bit sarcastic, I guess.
Feels a
but-
little shady. Feels kind of reminiscent to something adjacent to something we might have found in hell.
It's
What?
reminiscent of being adjacent to something demonic.
Yeah. I guess.
Devilish. What's the devil form of demonic?
Fiendish.
Devilish.
Fiendish.
Unfortunately, it's fiendish.
Oh.
Normal British speak, isn't it? But like,
As
I
in
think,
D&D terms, a fiend could be a devil or a demon.
yeah, so devilish, I think, is the term you're looking for. Demonic and devilish.
Yeah.
They don't have the same.
But do I
It's not
get
the same
do I
vibe,
get a
no.
clarification on which of the two it is?
No, unfortunately.
I was gonna say,
you don't.
so-
You just get fiend.
Something fiendish.
Fiendy. Who's to say?
Fiendonic?
We take no chances. Kill it now.
Sure. She casts it like on the ground.
Yes!
Wow, we went to evil Polly quite quickly.
It's a fiend we kill.
Die.
My understanding is that only Adolin has a problem with fiends.
I
else is
think
kind of
I
more
didn't
people
say
should
it
have a
was
problem with
fiend,
fiends.
I said it was fiendy.
That's good enough for me.
I don't.
Oh!
Wow.
Belinda's like regretting her choices to stay with you guys.
We wouldn't be having this conversation loudly, obviously. Or within earshot of the cat, and therefore Belinda.
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
But yes, Adolin would be walking alongside Belinda, like patting her, rubbing her flank, keeping her warm.
Oh.
Trying to.
Nice.
She sits and chews on your hair every so often.
Yeah, fine.
It's affectionate.
Okay.
It's not like yonk and you're like, ah, God, my roots. It's like a gentle like.
Okay then. She's a sentient creature. This behaviour feels weird. She's not actually a horse.
She's not a horse, but she can still give cuddles.
But yeah, we press on up the canyon. And we hit the top of the 4th hour, and do we emerge from the canyon to
Are we done?
something?
Is it
Did
over?
we do it?
Did we do it? Did we complete the campaign? Well done, guys. We can all go home.
Fantastic.
So we get to the end of the 4th hour, and I think all of you are very cold by this point. Even though, like, some of you are obviously not getting the full effects of the cold weather, you were still really bitingly cold and quite unhappy about having to trudge through so much snow.
Did you know that some bees, in order to kill wasps, will surround it and buzz at such an intense frequency that they will superheat it and just cook it? So I think that Polly's opened her bag of beans and she's like, just a little toasting, please.
She's wearing like a coat of bees.
Oh,
Horrifying.
Just warm me up just a little, please.
Truly awful. This is worse than the bee crawls inside your ear to communicate with you. That was
like
That was
to
adorable.
That was
plug
the
your
worst.
eardrums
Yeah.
for the sirens.
That
as
was
well.
the cutest thing ever.
Polly has a
No!
future in a horror campaign.
Yeah.
She'll be the most normal there.
What's that movie with the guy with all the bees? Not Nicolas Cage.
oh, because that was the Wicker
The
Man.
Jason
With the
Statham, the
bees.
beekeeper.
No.
That
It's the
movie
guy
was
with the hook,
hilarious.
isn't
I've
it?
not
That appears
seen
in the
it.
mirror.
Oh, Candyman.
Candyman, yeah,
Mm.
that's bees, isn't it?
Oh.
I don't know, I've not seen it.
I have not either because it's horrifying and very scary.
I got it for Reese, in totally ethical ways.
You could have
so
just
I've
said
watched-
nothing and it would have been less
So
suspicious.
I've watched like the first little snippet of it,
Mm.
but I haven't watched all of it because those
It's
things
really
make me freaky.
The
Okay.
Candyman.
So we start to get to the point where the ground is tilting like more upwards, so that like the canyon is not staying as high above you. It's starting to merge a lot more. And you're like a lot of these canyon passages are quite narrow as well. I think we've spoken about it before, where like Belinda's having to tuck her wings in and stuff like that to get around some of the corners and things like that.
Have we still been passing pylons
Yes,
as we go?
yes.
Are they warm?
No, they are very cold to the touch.
That's fair.
Dang.
Metal and snow.
Don't lick it.
It's like silver glue.
Belinda and Clifford are like,
Hey,
tug
Jack.
out at the nearest tug out.
Clifford! Clifford, this is how you get your last point of exhaustion.
He said, I want to lick it. It could be a nice popsicle.
Don't think so.
Okay. So the ground is starting to level out between the cliff top and the cliff bottom. And as we round the last few corners of the cliff, I think what you would see...
It's a pencil case.
Okay. No, yeah, no.
Cole
okay.
was asking.
Okay. I think what you would see rounding the last corner that then leads to this sort of straight passage where the canyon's like fully levels out at this point is what looks like this almost like a snow globe, but reversed in front of you, where you can see this beautiful palace that is like crystalline glass before you of towers, and like some of these are what you saw peeking up over the tops of the mountains and the hills and things like that, is these great glass structures that reach towards the sky, but there's this like shimmering dome over the top of it, and you can see the snow falling, and it obviously hits the top of this dome, and then as it piles up and piles off, it slides down the side of it.
That's so fun.
Which leads to this like strange effect where this dome almost has solid walls of ice and snow around the edges of it, where the snow and ice has built up as it slid off the top of the dome.
Interesting.
But inside, it looks warm. It looks like almost summer inside. There are flowers in bloom. The grass looks really green inside, and there looks like there's trees.
They did say that the garden was stolen from the summer court.
Is
Yeah.
it indeed?
It did.
Toasty.
Which means we weren't necessarily in the garden all the way back down the hill. We were
It's almost like
in the Summer Fey proper.
it's a dome within a dome, though, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Dome. Dome.
Yeah, because we haven't been able to magically travel for quite
Yeah.
a while
No.
since we entered the gorge. Yeah.
And now there's another thing. It's domey.
Curious.
Scary.
Hmm. Keeps the snow out.
It keeps it roasty and toasty. It is the central heating system.
Indeed. Is there like a gatehouse at the front? Is there a main gate?
Yeah, I think looking at towards this dome, what you would see is there appears to be a bit where the ice wall that's been gathering at the bottom of this, which looks quite tall given how much snow has been piling up. But there's a bit that's obviously been like carved through, and it's just like a little gap.
Oh, let's get inside.
Yeah, you want to start marching towards that?
Yep. Hopefully we don't get attacked. We are expected, right?
We are expected.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Think we tried.
Even if we try to sneak in, they know we're coming.
I'm beyond the point of being like, let's be careful.
I'm cold.
Yeah.
Belinda's like, oh yay, I see grass.
On you go.
Are there like guards on the walls or anything?
Not
Sorry.
that you can see.
Let's press on.
You can see like cat stretches, shakes off a load of snow, and like settles back down on Belinda's back. But is like keenly watching now that
Yes.
he can see that
We're
the
almost there.
palace is there.
You've told us that the cat's a
Fiendish.
fiend now, right?
Yeah, they know we are.
we had a
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
conversation.
Yeah. Just double checking.
You were
Yes.
present for that
I know.
conversation.
I told
Did not
you.
imagine
It's a
it.
lead into what I'd like to do
cast
next.
light.
Okay, my
I
point.
think the cat's dead now.
Okay.
This is all canon, right?
Yeah.
I'll start like talking to the cat and like just in common, just like pretty impressive palace. You must have spent quite a lot of time here. Like, how's it? Is it good? Is there like cream in the kitchens and whatnot? Do they feed you well here? And at some point halfway through, I'd like to intentionally switch into Infernal and see if it like changes,
Clever.
if the cat changes or anything.
Okay. The cat does not respond to you.
Hmm.
It just like looks at you. Blinks
For any of it?
occasionally.
Does it turn to look at him when he's?
As soon as you come up and start talking to it, it turns its attention to you and then just keeps its attention on you.
Okay.
Like blinks.
Does it converse? Oh yeah, because it's not.
It was in the telepathic one before. I'm
it's
not sure it can
telepathic
talk.
one.
It's not the telepathic bond anymore. No.
Yeah,
But
so-
and it never spoke out loud.
No.
Okay.
So I'm just wondering if. So it didn't respond to common before, which is why I started
Right.
with common.
Okay. So you're kind of trying to bait it into like some sort of reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I got
Or like
you.
if it doesn't speak Infernal either because
Does
it's
it
a
react?
demon.
It doesn't appear to. Like it can obviously it's obviously looking at him.
Mm.
It's not exactly.
Is there a flicker of recognition? Can we roll?
I roll
like an
insight?
check?
Yeah.
I think
To see
I've
if
got,
like it narrows its eyes when it starts speaking Infernal.
I think I've got proficiency, so you guys would get advantage.
Ooh, an insight. Right, I have proficiency 2.
Yes. Sweet. Okay.
Insight. Cool. It's a dirty 20
Dirty
on insight.
That is.
I mean, the cat's kind of hard to read. It's just sort of
How about
like
a 26?
blinking at you. Its ears aren't like going ooh
Mm.
or anything like that. It's just looking at you.
Cool.
I don't think a 26 gives you anything additional, I'm afraid.
Dang. Alright. I then just try to like cover up that by transitioning back into common.
Or like go cycling through all your languages.
Yeah, probably. I flick through like Celestial, Halfling, and just like finish on Primordial. Just as like a complete shot in the dark.
Just keeps looking at you,
Cool.
occasionally blinking, gives a big yawn halfway through.
That's fair.
Cool. Right,
Cool.
we'll get on with this animal.
Well, that's
Or whatever the hell it is.
If this is a collector this entire time, I'm gonna kick somebody's ass.
That would be
Oh my God.
so funny.
If it's the
Yeah.
fucking collector.
Yeah, I mean, it crossed my mind, and I was like, there
That's
you
a
go.
really good idea, actually, yeah.
You stab him, and it just turns into this millennial old elf and goes, "Hey."
Do you
Hey.
mind?
Do you mind? Fucking dig.
Like, yeah, you just give me a lift to my own party.
Okay, right. We'll ignore the cat. We'll keep on going.
Mm-hmm.
We'll expect a warm welcome, quite literally.
Yep.
I pet the cat.
Purrs.
Good.
Like,
Careful.
Stupid cat.
Goodbye, you.
He could be our friend. A fiendish cat would be a useful ally.
A boon, yeah.
Mm.
It's true. It's true.
I like how there's two different thoughts here of we need to figure the cat out. It's obviously evil and, ooh, yeah, friend.
Great too.
Goddamn cat.
Awesome. So we are continuing towards the dome.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Little reverse snow globe. Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
A reverse snow globe.
We'll get inside out the cold.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so we get to the main gate, the main entranceway into this bubble. And once again, you can see that sort of shimmering effect that you've passed through twice now. Once you get into the sanctuary that was Mudlump's sanctuary and Pollyanna's, and again as you passed into the canyon. So it's that same kind of shimmer effect that you see. There is nobody at the gates, kind of thing, because there's no even four-wall gate, there's no doors or anything
There's
like
just a
that.
gap in the snow.
It's just a gap that's obviously like fairly well maintained in terms of every so often somebody must come along and clear away the ice and snow because otherwise you wouldn't be able to like get in. Your survival between the three of you is all quite high and good, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I want to say it's not as good as it should be for a ranger, but
I have +3.
Sweet, that would make your passive 11.
I can't.
right?
Plus
13.
4.
Passive senses go off of 10. DCs go off 8.
Okay, my apologies. So 13,
Also 13.
also 13,
14.
14.
We're all quite wise, we're just not proficient.
I
Not
was thinking
proficient,
of ritual casting detect magic, by the way. Just to get a little vibe check as we go to the gate. I imagine that there must be the Fey equivalent of a ring camera.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, we'd like to know.
I mean, if it's sheltered enough here in the gateway, without passing through, we could take 10 minutes. But I kind of just want to get
Okay,
cold.
let's just hustle for sure.
If you're sure.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I think we do pause when we know we're about to walk through the bubble.
Uh-huh.
I assume it's like very obvious where that boundary is.
Yeah, I imagine something almost like a force field with like hexes where there's like a little shimmer to it and it's like really obvious here. It was a lot more subtle at the entrance to the canyon way and it was a
Yeah.
lot more subtle at Mudlump's sanctuary. But here it is very obvious because you can see it like sparkles almost every time the snow hits it, and because you're almost in a blizzard at this point, it is very obvious where this thing is.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I mean, maybe like an Arcana check or something would give you.
Yeah, for
Some-
sure. I'm
something on
happy
it?
to do that. Do that for sure.
Anybody that's trained in Arcana can.
Nope,
Yay.
not me then.
Just you.
28.
Oh
Fucking
yeah.
hell.
Okay.
Kai, what are we looking at here?
I know
It's
everything.
a dome.
It's a magical dome.
Dome.
Okay, so I think with a 28 that does give you a fair amount of information in terms of this, where all three domes so that you've encountered, all three force fields that you've encountered so far are very similar in terms of not only is the magical signature incredibly similar, which would indicate to you that they were either created by the same individual or created by somebody that taught the other individuals kind of thing. It's got that kind of vibe to it of this is how somebody's made it. In the same way, do you know how like when people traditionally draw spells out with rituals, they all do it in different components like chalk or blood or something like that. That's almost individual to the person that's teaching it and things like that. So this again is very similar in that these look like they're all from the same rough construction idea. So it would lend to the idea that they were either made by the same individual or made by the same group of individuals that like taught each other, kind of thing. In terms of the actual effects of what this would do, I think that you would be able to tell that there's a lot of layers to this bubble in terms of the effects that it is creating. I don't think without actually casting a spell to do like detect magic or something like that you'd get too much information, but I think with a 28 you would be able to guess just by the look of the thing it's probably going to stop you from doing teleportation. Like that seems to be a mild given at this point. You know enough about these domes about that. It's probably also preventing you from seeing a lot that is inside. A lot of these other domes and things like that have hidden stuff from you that was on the inside, so it is likely that you would step through this and see something different from what you currently see.
Can we see a building? I can't remember.
You can see the palace, you
Yeah.
can see the gardens outside the palace.
Maybe it fucked my people on the other side.
Yeah, might be really busy. There might be loads of things like flying around it inside the bubble.
Yeah.
There might be, yeah. You have yet to see sign of life, but that again is what happened with mudlumps.
Yeah.
You did not see that there was anybody in there until you stepped through the bubble.
If you upcast Liamon's tiny hut enough, do you get to Liamon's fucking gigantic hut?
Lehman's magnificent mansion.
I do not know. I do not
Has somebody just bodged the spell of it and had like an army of people cast it to create
Ooh, who could possibly-
Liamon's enormous palace?
Even enormous palace.
I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation to make us look a little less
Exhausted?
terrible.
Soggy.
Soggy.
I know that half
Yeah.
of my effort will be ruined in the next 30 seconds, but like I'm still gonna do it. Just try and make us look presentable.
It's gonna be a party, right? We need to be looking sharp.
If only we were wearing
Yeah.
our finery.
Aye. We were expected for a ball.
So I think with the 28 you would know that there are obviously more magical layers on top of the anti-teleportation magic. In terms of exactly what those are, I still think that might be out of your reach at this point in time, just from a simple check. But I think you would know that there are a lot of layers. I don't think you would know how that compares to the other force fields that you passed through so far, simply because you never really stopped to look at them massively. You did a little bit, but not to this kind of detail. So I think it'd be very difficult to tell whether or not this is the same identical effects that you have already passed through. That make sense?
Yes.
Excellent.
Shall we go in?
Yeah, let's do it.
We're stepping through the force field? After like standing there for a while?
All hold hands and take a big step through. Belinda looks really weird when she does it, but she does it.
I was going to say she offers a wink.
Oh.
Oh,
And then hops. So does Clifford.
the cat's on the back going, ow, ow, ow.
Oh no, how inconvenient for you.
Actually, that suggestion of like, is the cat the collector? As we pass through the dome, I want to just like eye up the cat out of the corner of
That's
my
a
eye,
good
like,
point, yeah.
if this thing dispels illusions or anything, like what the?
That would be
What is it
fun.
going? Could it do that? Could it do
The
that to the
collector
cat?
just sitting on Belinda while power
Instead of being like, and this is my Pegasus now, goodbye, da 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 da.
Not even like sat astride Belinda, but like curled up,
fetal
like
position.
a full-grown man in the fetal position in the saddle.
I was thinking more like paint me like one of your French girls kind of thing.
Oh,
Just like,
good.
hi. Because I am
Good,
going
good.
for like a Jeff Goldblum
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
vibe.
That's right, I
here
forgot
from
you said
Thor
that.
Ragnarok, that kind of thing.
Very
Although
good.
you haven't met him yet, so you haven't got that vibe yet.
Okay.
Okay, we step through the edge of the force field, and I think what you would be immediately greeted with is the significant amount more of people that are
Yeah.
inside this dome.
Yeah.
And I think what you would immediately see is to your left on the side there is a small like hut that was tucked in right behind the ice, so it wasn't visible from the outside, but inside there's like, do you know when you get entranceway cottages to mansions and stuff like that at the bottom of the drive?
Uh-huh.
It's one of those, and you would see there'd be a butler stood right next to you guys as you
Incredible.
step through, just like, greetings, welcome to the Collector's Palace.
Unfazed.
Afternoon.
May I please know your names?
That was phrased very nicely. I actually
Yeah.
think that's acceptable. Sure.
Is this Fey Trickery?
You
Is
can
this
call
her?
me Polly.
Wonderful to meet you, Polly.
I'm Kai.
Wonderful to meet you, Kai.
You call me Adolin?
Wonderful to meet you, Adolin. If you would like to continue up the drive, you will be greeted and welcomed into the palace proper.
Can we know your name?
Oh, my name is Mortham.
Mortham. That's a wonderful name.
Thank you.
Is this like an old, like, elf-looking dude?
He does not look old. He looks like maybe 26.
Damn.
With like really pointy, like long ears kind of
He's the
thing.
intern.
Does he have a clipboard?
He is the gate butler.
What language is he speaking?
He is currently speaking Sylvan.
Oh.
Oh, how did we
Well,
understand any
none
of
of us got
that?
that.
How did you understand any of that?
Belinda.
Do we know
really
he's speaking
desperately
Sylvan?
translating for
Um,
us.
Would we?
Belinda cannot currently translate because you do not have the telepathic bond up.
Oh, I
Neither we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
No, you seem
scramble,
to be
we
able
do
to
that.
understand him. And
Oh.
like taking a minute to think about that, you're like, what? No, I don't speak this language. What's going on?
We're in the TARDIS.
How did we understand you?
Excuse me?
You're speaking
You're
Sylvan.
speaking Sylvan.
Yes.
We don't speak Sylvan.
Oh, that's a shame. It's a lovely language.
How do we know what you're saying?
Why wouldn't you?
Why would we?
Can you explain the mechanics of it to us?
Are you asking me as Alex or?
No.
No, genuinely,
that was
Okay, cool.
sincerely, I was like, is it something to do with the same magic that keeps this place nice and warm? Is it something the collector
Well, he
is
wants
bestowed?
everybody to be understood
I
here.
understand.
Why wouldn't
Okay.
he? He's a kind and benevolent leader.
Oh,
Inside
I'm
joke.
going inside check. Fuck
Go for it.
that, yeah.
What's he leading?
Not 20.
I wouldn't even bother rolling.
28.
28. Okay. This guy looks like he's under a charm effect.
Ah.
Makes sense.
Right.
His eyes are like slightly glassy.
Okay.
So yeah.
What's
You-
his name?
Mortham.
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 Cute.
Which I think because you are fully aware this guy is an elf,
Uh-huh.
that's weird.
That's big.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
real big.
They don't usually get affected by charms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We are
Interesting.
met by Mortham the Butler.
And I think with having stepped through the dome, what you would also see is an influx of people. There are other people walking down the driveway towards the Collector's Palace. You can also see a
Having
variety.
just arrived.
It would take you approximately 30 minutes to leisurely stroll.
Right.
Oh wow,
Yes.
this is a long driveway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
sounds
is
about
his
right.
entire palace.
30
his
minutes.
gardens.
This is probably like upwards of a mile long.
Yes,
This
that's
is
about right. Well,
usually
for
the-
standard walking speeds by Google Maps.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, this is usually the area that like if like people have ridden or taken carriages and stuff, they'll get pulled up to the front and then they'll go back and then the horses and stuff will stay here. Can we see
No, it's like a
animals?
turning circle for like
yes,
garages.
usually that's up at the thing I mean, and then this is essentially the garage. Yeah.
I think what you would see is there are carriages that are lining this driveway, but much further up.
Okay.
They are not like up against it, and you would see that they still have animals like hitched to
Okay.
them.
Interesting.
There's like one carriage that's currently going towards the centre of the palace that you would expect would probably still have a guest in it,
That makes sense.
ready to
Mm.
drop.
Is he just outside the bubble?
Yes.
Is there like a teleportation circle visible?
The one from the lake.
I mean, yeah, that's the
No.
only one.
If somebody wanted to teleport to the Collector's Palace,
Is there anything closer?
is there like a landing pad outside?
I don't think you saw anything. No.
But then again, we did see a massive blizzard, so
Yeah.
could have been underneath
Yeah.
snow.
When we'd come up the canyon.
Yes.
So granted, we wouldn't have seen anyone because we were in a canyon, and there's a blizzard, so we wouldn't have seen anybody else's footsteps. But were there when we got to what? This is the only entrance.
Oh, I forgot to say that. Sorry. Yeah, I asked all what your passive survival was, and then we moved on from things. I'm so sorry. Yes, your
Would
passive.
we have seen other
You
people
would've-
appearing, or
not other
like
people,
where
you
they
would've
could have
seen
come
track
from, or
marks.
their
Right.
tracks?
Yeah,
or...
you can tracks in the snow
Mhm.
from carriage.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
They didn't just teleport in.
I asked for your passive survival and then forgot to tell you the bit that I asked it for. I'm so sorry.
Also forgot.
Thank you.
Figured we just like, right, none of us can hit a 15. We don't
Yeah,
see
Damn.
shit.
Alright.
Yeah, there-
You don't need a
there
15
ain't
to see
anything.
carriage tracks.
Understandable.
Ah.
Very good.
Mm.
Very good. Okay.
Yeah, Mortham would be gesturing up the drive. Please, head on in.
Onwards.
I
Get rid of it.
prestidigitate task one more time. How fancy does everybody else look who's like making their way up?
So I don't think you can see anybody
we
up
have
close. Like
fancy
they're much
Are they
further up than
vibrant
you.
in colour?
Ooh, I think you can see a lot of blues and silvers.
Okay.
Mortham himself is dressed in a mix of white and light blue.
I'll put my hat back on.
Ah,
There we go. That's my formal
The
wear.
tricorn hat.
Yes, done.
I will be formal pirate today.
I think Adolin conjures those, what was it, like icy crystalline like pauldrons
Yeah.
that the armor can project at
Whoa.
times. Because I think the form it came in was just like
fancy.
it's half plate, but it was predominantly like the breastplate and the
Yeah.
mail and whatnot. So yeah, those like icy pauldrons, just like I guess we're looking the part.
We look fancy.
Polly, she converses with her bees with a little shimmy and gets them to like build up on her shoulders and out like a cape that is just like drifting behind her.
Love it.
Nice.
The least creepy thing the bees have done.
So fun. Yes.
Can I check? There's a word written here on the Winter's Embrace description. Icy cold
Crystal.
crystal. Gotcha.
That's a C and R and a Y.
I thought the last bit
see?
of it said. I thought it said steel at the end.
Oh.
I was like,
that's
something-
almost
Cry
Crystal.
Steel.
Steal the
Crystal.
prize.
Where? Which word?
Second line down. Icy cold something. Crystal.
I was just here
Yeah,
to judge the
okay.
My
handwriting.
handwriting is a bit loopy, but it's
Very
usually
loopy.
fairly legible.
Mhm.
Crystal. Yeah.
I used to get in so much trouble at school for that.
Mm.
My physics teacher used to complain that my L's looked too much like something else.
X.
I think like H's, because of the way that I
Mm.
elongated the H's and stuff.
Hmm.
Huh,
He used to
yeah.
get really annoyed with me. And I was like,
Like,
yeah.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
get that.
So, like, yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway, yeah, so are we going to continue?
Always.
Belinda, like, gently, like, ruffles all the snow off of herself and is like, I feel underdressed.
Like brush her down. Tighten
we're
the,
celestials. Like,
Yeah. tighten the,
I guess it's
tighten the
okay.
saddle straps.
She's like, I'm a very tired celestial Pegasus.
No.
How's the cat looking?
Cat looks fine.
Still-
He's
still a
like
cat?
sat up and is still a cat. His
Mhm.
little bat wings are tucked in against him. He's
got any snow on it?
ruffled off his snow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Are you going to try and brush snow off?
I
him?
was going to, but you said he'd already done it.
He has, but he'll take a cuddle. He
Okay.
likes scritches.
I'm
I think he's
being won
working out
over.
that Kai is the one for
My
scritches.
love, my love of cats is really kind of slowly infiltrating the game.
I have so much love
Look
to
at
give
this
exclusively
fluffy
to cats.
flying cat. Wouldn't you love to pet it?
Seems kind of cute, I guess.
So
I
cute.
guess.
Is he actually? He is.
Where is he? There is a him.
There's a mini?
Yeah, he has a mini.
Whoa! He's bigger than I thought. Fucking hell.
He's about Clifford size.
That's
Oh,
not
shit.
at all what I imagined.
No?
Metal as well,
I
pick it
really
up.
didn't think it would be
It's
blue.
metal.
Oh yeah, he's got like
What?
his wings are like
Oh
leathery
my
like
God.
texture. Like he is a fluffy grey cat. Imagine like a not quite a Maine Coon, not quite that big, but like fluffy grey cat. And then he has like blue leathery wings with like grey streaked across it.
Yeah.
Mm.
It is a metal mini. Yeah, I did not realise that when I ordered it, but because I ordered it offline. But yes, it is a metal mini.
Mm.
That is cat.
Was that harder to paint than a plastic one?
It was very much harder to get the paint to stick to it. The primer didn't stick as well as I thought it was going to
Mm.
initially. It took a bit to get that to stick, and then we varnished it several times to make sure that it's not going to come
Everything
off.
sticks.
Mhm.
Yeah, I am unsure on how well that's going to last. I guess we'll have to see.
We'll
Time will tell.
Time will tell.
Mhm.
I'll cast Blight on it for real. Sooner rather than later.
Oh, why? I like my mini.
Just when it starts to flake. And
Oh,
you're
okay.
like, I want it out of my sight. Then.
Like the cat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Poor cat. But yeah, he's like sat up on the saddle now with like his tail looped around the handle at the front, and just sort of like watching what's going on.
I have nothing to offer this game.
Yeah, you don't really do cats, do you?
Adolin knows it's a fiend. He just straight doesn't trust it. He's not going to treat it like it's a cat because it's not a cat, even if it wants to be treated like a cat. So, no.
After seeing the
Impasse.
mini, I'm surprised we didn't know it was a fiend sooner.
Yeah.
I have described it as bat-like wings
Yeah,
from the
yeah.
beginning
Yeah, yeah.
because it's a bat cat.
Mhm.
Right.
Cat
Well,
tap.
let's
Should we just
mosey.
proceed?
We'll try and
Yeah.
try and look as nice as we can.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to like ride Belinda? Up the drive?
Ooh.
Astride a Pegasus.
I'll go for a fancy sights at a moment. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Plus, I'm exhausted.
True.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Belinda
Have a
would
break.
happily, like, kneel a little bit to help you get on because there's no mounting
Yes.
block or anything.
Shoves it down.
The exhausted player character is going to sit astride the 2 levels of exhaustion.
Pegasus.
Pegasus.
She can currently only walk.
Half
She is
speed,
not
yeah.
running anywhere.
Mhm.
I don't think
And
we
then
should
Cat would, like, try and settle back down in your lap,
Oh.
essentially.
Oh.
Fine. Yeah, I don't know what to do with my hands, and eventually I'm just like,
Pet the cat.
and then
Very
and
soft.
like almost subconsciously eventually just start like scratching.
Yeah, okay. Cat is, like, just, like, snuggling back into you and, like, it's doing that cat
And I'm
thing
just
of, like,
like,
giving
God
you the
damn it.
bits that it, like, scratched
Yeah.
and stuff like that. It's adorable. And there's, like, purring noises now as well.
Wow, I'm looking after another cat.
Yeah.
A fourth one.
A fourth
cat.
cat.
I'm looking after 3 cats this weekend. That's
Aw.
the context you need.
Okay, and we are continuing through the gardens, along the driveway.
Up the driveway.
Up the driveway. Doo-doo.
Now that there's no snow in here, is this like cobbled? Is it like nicely paved?
It's gravel.
Oh.
So it's gravel all the way along here, and then it's got like. So it's definitely grass. It's definitely like. It's definitely Fey grass in the field, the initial fields around you, and then as you go through like the gardeny bits, it's definitely like Fey grass. It does not look like the grass that you get back home, and I think that it would be Polly looking at that being like, "That's not home grass. This is new grass."
Too green.
Too green. Yeah, and it also, whilst it looks very well kept, it doesn't have any like mower lines in it or anything like that you're like, somebody's taken a scythe along this and made sure it's the right length. It looks like it might be like magically clipped in some way, shape or form.
How tall is everyone?
So we can see, or just us?
Oh, like the guests.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the stuff.
and oh, okay. Is everything like medium humanoid
Yeah.
proportion sized? Yes, as of so
Okay.
far. Mortham would have been slightly taller than all of you. You're fairly short.
No.
No?
Me, IRL, yes. Kai's like
I had Kai at like 5'4",
5'7".
5'7".
Average.
You two?
5'8", 5'7".
Okay.
Never thought about it.
How tall is Adolin?
He gives me like 5'10", 5'11".
Roll a D100.
Clifford is
That's because I'm 5'10", 5'11".
Okay.
Nah,
Which is
he's
probably
like
where I got 5'2" to 5'4" for Kai. I'm sorry. Clifford is approximately 2 feet at his back, and Belinda
bless.
is approximately 4.5 to 5 foot on her back, and then her
Oh,
neck
she's
goes
actually
above that.
quite little.
4.5.
Oh, I see.
Oh yeah, you measure
Up to-
animals to their backs.
So you should be telling us in hands. How many hands
I
is
don't
that?
know. I don't know how to go into hands.
yeah. Like, what is a
I think
hand?
Literally.
literally.
Don't.
Literally.
Okay.
That is how
In
it
the
is.
context of measuring horses.
In the context of measuring horses, it's a hand.
Right. Vertical like that.
Yeah.
Ponta. Cool.
To their withers,
Oh yes,
which
that's
is the bit that's like
right. Point to your withers.
it's the bit that's like between their shoulder blades, I think.
Right.
And then
It's
they-
like
It's like the
neck.
flattest part of their back
okay.
because they dip for the saddle,
Yeah.
and then their haunches, which is their butt, and then it's the
Oh, wow.
withers there, and then it goes up into the neck.
Okay.
I think.
Right. Cool.
Does that
withers.
make sense?
So like a 5 foot,
I'm gonna
however many hands that is, horse
Mm-hmm.
would be.
That's
A little
the
taller than
weirdest
us.
thing I've ever googled. Feet
Yeah.
to horse hands.
Feet. Horses don't have hands, dear. As we can clearly see on this
Well,
miniature.
feet and hands
She's
are
about
generally.
13 and a half hands.
Okay.
That doesn't really help anybody.
Yeah,
I was
thank you. We don't know what that
being
means.
a dick. I just let you
It's
go.
about 4.5 feet. So she is between 4.5 feet at her back to 5 feet.
And then
Okay.
her head.
And then her neck and head tower above.
This is like normal horse size, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 16 hands. 16.6 I believe is the normal for a Clydesdale.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
big horse.
It's a
Hmm.
big horse, I think.
Hmm.
My sister loves
I
Clydesdales.
think the horse I normally ride
Which
is
one?
about 14
Which
hands,
one?
but I'm quite tall.
What do you
and-
mean?
Which of your
Okay.
multiple sisters?
Oh, I thought you meant was quite still.
And that usually comes to about there.
Maya.
14 hands is about there.
Yeah,
okay.
which is about right if I'm 5'10".
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so reference on an Alex, about 14 hands is here.
And Belinda's about 13.
We're getting really into the height of this one
The
thing.
DM
What
wants to
have you
show off
asked?
their knowledge.
I asked literally nothing.
You wanted to know what the height
I wanted, in general, are the people medium-sized or larger? And then we got really into the height of this horse.
It's important information to know. I can go into Wingspan next if you like.
No, I'm good.
Please don't.
No.
I'm so okay.
Okay.
Okay, so the palace is not built for giants.
No, nothing
Okay.
so far. Like there are like a couple of
Impeccable.
benches and stuff like that, and the pathways themselves. Like the main gravel one that you're walking on at the moment is quite large, as in wide. But you get the impression that's because you've got carriages to go both ways without colliding, kind of thing.
Are most of the guests just like elves around 6 feet tall?
So I don't think you're close enough to know anything like race at this point in time. I think what you can see is humanoid figures that are very fancily dressed, that you would guesstimate are about 6 foot tall.
Shall we press on up the drive?
Let's.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. As we pass through the gardens, you can see some lovely fountains to your left and a nice walled garden to your right. There are some flower copses as well and some orchards. It's very pretty, very nice. There's lovely fragrant air. There's lots of like little they're not quite pseudo dragons. They don't quite look dragon enough for that, but it's sort of a cross between like a flying lizard and squirrel that are like circling some of the fountains. They're really brightly coloured as well, like purples and greens, and like some of them have multiple colours across them as well.
Cool.
And they're making like little chirrupy noises as they like chase each other. So they've got these like really like fluffy tails. At the end that like they're trying to like snap at each other kind of thing. It's really
That's
cute.
On like a lizardy looking.
Yeah, they've sort of got like snouts, almost like a tiny crocodile, but they look almost furry. So like they're like short fur like a squirrel.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, and like have you seen flying squirrels? The things that's technically foxes but not squirrels.
Yeah.
Where they have like it's just
Like
skin
Yeah.
flaps.
Skin flaps.
It's like that for wings as opposed to bat wings or like
Bird.
dragon wings
Yeah.
or bird wings.
Wild.
Yeah, it's that kind of vibe.
Flying critters.
Excellent summary.
Defies taxonomical organization.
Alan looks out and goes, no.
Now, I'm not the most keyed into nature. But that ain't.
That seems incorrect.
That's not right.
I hope there's a kitchen
It's
garden.
like the animals from Poor Things.
I don't know what that is, sorry.
It's a film, but there's lots of weird animals where there's like
Okay.
a little.
It was one of the nominations for the Hugo Longform
Oh, was it?
thingamay.
Mm.
If you've not voted for the Hugos, it's today.
Today. Yeah, I think you have until midnight, but
No,
please.
you don't. You've got till 17 past 9 BST.
Yes.
Yes, which is when the moon landing was, wasn't
Yes.
it? That's the deal.
Yes.
50th, 55th anniversary.
BST is what we're in just now.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Yes.
Mhm.
I know what time
There was a
zone
whole
we're in.
thing. Was it-
You said BST, my brain heard GMT, which is not what
Yeah,
we're in right
it was
now.
listed as
No.
20 GMT, but it's actually 21 BST, and it was a whole thing. But we're
Yeah. Yeah,
17 past 9
copy.
today.
Today. Okay, cool. You have until then to vote in the Hugos, don't forget.
honestly just vote.
And don't crash our system by doing it in the last minute.
Ideally.
Try and get it in
Everybody
as soon
do.
as you can. You can save your progress as you go if you want to
Oh,
take
that's
your
good to
time.
know.
Yeah. So like people have
Yeah.
like half submitted their Hugos for a while now, and they keep
Wow.
reading the next one and then doing the
Oh,
next
that's
one. It's a
cute.
very
That's
good
a good
system.
idea.
It's very sensible of
I
the Hugo team.
just got the key for playing Dredge like 2 days ago,
Oh.
so I am not going to have an input on that one, I'm afraid.
You have to vote in all of them, I believe, to
Yeah.
vote. So
I
I'm not 100% sure about them. But yeah, there is a lot of really gorgeous gardens. There's a lot of really strange creatures that you'll look at and be like, no, but also Feywild, so maybe.
Maybe.
It's lovely. There's like babbling brooks. The fountains are gently gurgling. there's like really nice smells as you pass by like what almost looks like a rose bush, but it is like moving a little bit too much, and you're all like, no.
Like that.
And my bees are like considering it. I'm like, no,
Moving
stay
as
information.
in, like shaking in the
As in-
wind, or like
Riding.
It is not getting up and walking away, but the flowers are like swiveling and almost like
Okay.
looking at things.
So those are the ring cameras.
We have deployed the roses.
Every time somebody walks past, it's next one.
Scanning face. No threat detected.
Thorny vines whip out.
That'd be
Thorn
chaos,
whip.
actually. Yep,
Yeah, it's a vine. No, it's not.
I guess.
Wahahaha. Excellent. So we are continuing. We start
Sure.
passing the carriages at this point as well as we get a lot closer to.
we're walking
ours.
really fast.
No, I'm just summarising because the first bit was fields. And then orchards, and like I can tell you more about the orchard
No,
trees if you
please
like.
don't.
No, I just like the idea that we're overtaking the carriages.
Oh, so they're parked.
The part one.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So-
I thought we'd caught up to them.
So what happens is the carriages like drive in, they go up to the turning circle, they drop off their guests, and they come back. They're obviously not going into a stable, and there's no car park, so they are just lining the driveway at this point.
We're planning on the
That's
Like
very
a
traditional, I believe. Actually,
Yeah, it's not.
to not have a car park.
No,
I
no, that
mean-
would be weird. Car parks are not. That car parks would be ugly and not a thing.
Car
True.
parks.
Underground
I
car
think
park.
the idea is traditionally the most honoured guests would get to park their carriages in the actual stables, and then the next most honoured guest would get to line the driveway, and then anybody else is told not to bring a carriage and told to deal with it. So your
we're not,
hierarchy,
We're not honored guests.
Fucking
your
right.
hierarchy in the system will dictate whether or not you can park a carriage.
I will. Oh, can I walk and cast a spell at the same time, or is that chancing it?
Do you mean ritual cast or you are on Belinda. You would not be able to interact with it. What?
No, it just calls like I conveniently measure all my time by moon landings, so this works perfectly for me.
Happy to facilitate.
It was like a lovely idea. It's a little impractical, but it was a lovely idea.
It's genius. It's a stroke of brilliance.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a time that
It
you
is
just
just
know
time.
that you have to get in by.
Who even thinks about midnight, really? That's
Yeah.
a weird time. Why did you decide
Nobody-
that being important?
Yeah, nobody does stuff at midnight.
Yes, if we
No.
have to stop for 10 minutes, I think it might be worth it.
So I
but-
think you'll be okay on if you stay on the back of Belinda, and
Okay.
you will not be able to interact with the environment around you for while you're doing the ritual cast. You
Mhm.
won't be able to perceive things or anything like
That's fine.
that. Are you okay with
yeah,
that?
yeah, I'll just quickly do it because I wanted to send a little note to these two. Actually, no, because I'm going to involve Belinda. So I will do this, but I will say this thought out loud, which is it, no disrespect to you, Belinda, but is it going to be, does a collector expect us to leave Belinda here?
Oh.
Belinda would say, "I've never been inside a house before."
Are,
Oh, you
Would
cannot
you
currently talk to Belinda. Sorry.
No.
see the carriages down the drive?
Yeah.
Are the horses still attached?
Yes.
Are they pulled by horses?
Do you want me to go into that description now, or do you want to resolve this first? Sorry.
Oh, I asked because I figured it was relevant to this.
Okay. All the carriages are pulled by creatures. Not many of them look horse-like, so I'm not entirely sure how that informs your decision. Like, some of them look like
Is
the
the-
kangaroo gazelles that you've seen before.
yes.
Some of them look almost like a rhino. One of them is definitely getting drawn by a flying creature because it's got like massive big wings and like tiny stubby little like hands on the wings kind of thing. So like it
Whoa.
obviously doesn't like.
Is it
walk,
Simon?
goes like
Is it
that.
the Fey
It does
Drake?
not look like Simon, but it has a similar
That's cool.
anatomy to Simon.
Oh.
The party, the way that we can see people gathering, are they going into the building?
They're
or
going
is
in
it-
through a main gate. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like the grounds is where the event is being held.
It does not appear to. There appears to be some people in the grounds, but the majority of folk appear to
Okay.
be focused on the building itself.
Okay, I'm gonna keep on. I'll tell you guys. I'm just gonna cast telepathic bond, and I'm gonna get Belinda's input on this.
Cool.
Because I don't want to just, we need her for an informed decision. So I'll do that. And we'll kind of keep on walking, I guess, until we get to the
Until
top.
10 minutes pass, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And at that point you start passing the carriages with all these interesting, fantastical beasts that are hooked up to them. Very few of them are similar, which I think would give you an impression that these guests are coming from far and wide for this party. You've got the things that are like the gurus that the riders in the canyon were wearing. Riding, and I think again with that carriage would give you very similar vibes to their armor of like that sort of olive green kind of color with like gold filigree, thank you, filigree and things like that, and give you a vibe of aha, this looks familiar.
There's some report over here.
Kind of thing. I think there'd also be a lot of vibes with like the rhino one would give you a bit more of a winter vibe, particularly with like all the fur that lines the inside of the carriage and things like that. It's alright.
Peering into the windows like, ooh,
Oh,
it's
are
cozy in there.
Every single one of them has a driver sat with them as well. A lot of them have small lunch boxes out, taking
That's
snacks.
so
Nice.
cute.
Have like some drink, and you can see there are like servants that are obviously attached to the palace, serving food and drink up to these carriage drivers.
Are they all just sat on their wee carriages, or are they having like chats with each other, or
Some
reading?
of them are chatting, some of them are
Oh, that's
walking to
nice.
each other and chatting, some of them are just like chilling in their carriage, having a drink, having some food, kind of thing. You get the impression, I think this is very normal. I'm not actually sure that any of you three would be normal for you, because I don't think any three
No,
you
not
three
at
are
all.
high society members that attend such events. This is normal for like carriage drivers and servants that are required to get you to somewhere but are not invited to the party themselves. So like things like I don't actually know what the gender neutral term for a manservant is.
Servant.
Servants.
Servant is it? But a manservant has a very specific job. The
But
person that
servant?
follows you around with all of your random items and fetches you things when you require them. That
Foot person.
foot person, yes. Those people would generally be allowed into the building. Carriage drivers and folk that deal with like luggage and stuff like that would not typically be allowed into the building. They would be expected to stay with the animals, particularly because the animals are not getting unhitched and like released into a stable or something like that. The animals require attention still. And you can see that like water and hay and stuff, or something equivalent to hay, it's a bit weird coloured, is getting fed to the animals as well. Some of the like more like bird-like creatures are getting like slabs of meat and stuff like that, and you're like, oh, okay, that might eat me if it gave it a chance.
Great. Giant vultures pulling your carriage. Sounds very cool. Of the creatures, people, beings entering the party, do they look to be exclusively humanoid?
They look to be mostly humanoid, yeah.
Could we... So, bringing a dog in feels possibly okay. Bringing a Pegasus in, probably pushing the boat out a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think all of you would have the most understanding of that small pets typically get given away with, particularly if you can pass them off as a familiar, because familiars are generally allowed anywhere. Steeds are not.
Right. Belinda, would you be okay with this if we were to leave you here, or would that make you
Would
feel
you
a
like
little
to come
uncomfy?
inside?
I would love to, but I get the impression I'm not going to be allowed to.
We could ask.
Can knock at the door.
I suppose, yeah. I
See
might
somebody's-
not think silver is the only thing. I'm not great at
Probably-
glasses.
It looks big.
I suppose, but if it's a party...
Can I just like maybe kind of like catch the eye of one of the servants who's handing out food and just be like, excuse me, I'm so sorry.
Yes, hello.
Hi, it's lovely to meet you.
Thank you. And
Um,
you?
I'm very excited for this gathering, but
Do they also seem charmed?
Yes, very
Cool.
much. So they still have like that glassy look to their eyes.
it's my friends and I's first invitation, and the invitation was. I don't mean to disparage the collector. I'm sure it's just a misunderstanding on our part. A little bit vague on who it was applied to. Now, we have some quite competent and sentient creatures with us, who are very keen on meeting this collector themselves. also we don't want to intrude and start a relationship off on a bad foot. And I gesture to Belinda.
Is she allowed
Would
indoors?
she be able to come?
Oh, typically we do not allow steeds inside, no.
Okay, I understand that I'm sitting on her right now. She's not just a steed, so that's why I needed the clarification.
Yes.
She is a sentient steed?
Yes.
Indeed.
Okay, so she would still be classed as a steed then, and steeds are not typically allowed inside. She is welcome to roam the gardens. However, if she does start to damage any of the topiaries or anything like that, she will be placed in one of the stables.
Okay. Well, roaming is good. I look at Belinda. You
Good with
roaming?
roaming?
Would that be acceptable?
Mm.
Am I allowed to eat things?
Not the
You're
topiary.
not allowed to damage the topiary. I would say, I could go. Is there perhaps a particularly allocated spot in the orchard where where you would feed your animals, or
Typically they would get fed in their stables if you want, and she is sentient enough that she is not going to damage anything outside, bearing in mind we will know and she will be reprimanded for that. We can leave some hay outside that she can eat. She is also welcome to eat some of the fruits from the orchard, though we would ask that she does not gorge herself and she does not make herself sick.
well, Belinda understands all of this, so I appreciate.
She does, and she's sat there going,
Okay, yes.
Cool.
As you can see, she's very happy with those. And I suppose if she gets overly hungry, then she can just come back here. Yes.
yes. She will not be able to interact with the servant without speaking. Can she speak?
It's a different type of sentience.
She can understand. She cannot. She does not have the vocal cords.
Okay. Well, I will make sure there is a pile of hay stayed up by the main stable building that she can go and eat. There is also a water trough up there, although she is also welcome to drink from any of the
she'll
fountains.
alert us if
I
there's
feel
a
like you should be telling her.
Oh, he is very much focused on the two of you because you were speaking to him. A sentient steed is still a steed to him. That's in the same way you have a sentient dog, but he does not care because it's still a pet.
Right.
But even though
I feel
you
like Clifford's not as smart as Belinda.
no, he's not. I don't. Well, they might have the same stat, but I believe Clifford is a much more idiotic, intelligent creature.
He is baby.
He is baby, despite
he's a
being older than
teenager now.
Belinda.
Yeah.
I think.
And you've never asked Belinda her age.
Hey, Belinda. No, let's not.
Let's not get into that.
Okay, Belinda, if you're sure that you're happy, you can stay here, and then telepathically be like, and if anything goes down, you'll always be able to reach us. You can just give us a buzz, okay?
Okay, and you'll come outside?
Yes.
If something goes wrong with you, do you want me to come inside?
Maybe not
Depending on
inside
the
unless
context,
we
possibly.
explicitly say. If we use the code word grapefruit, don't know why that came to my mind, but then bust down a door. Otherwise, if we say, hey, there's an emergency, maybe just wait outside and we'll just dive on.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
See the potion of vitality that clears all exhaustion. Is it worth using this now on you or Belinda or perhaps Clifford?
Oh, well, I also have greater restoration. Maybe I could cast.
Oh, sick.
Clifford is at half speed currently as well, so yeah.
Yes.
But he can also teleport places, so his actual speed is a
Except
little
he
less
can't
current.
because we're in a bubble.
Could we have tested that on the way up the drive? Just when there's nobody around, whisper to Clifford, can you blink?
He would not be able to.
Yeah.
I like the idea. He just goes.
Blink!
He did it.
Oh my good boy! And you're like, you idiotic dog.
He looks where he's going and blinks it towards it.
Okay. It's a, it's
You
a
get this
30
weird scenario where you get to actually see what he tries to do when he thinks he's
Ooh.
teleporting.
Ooh.
If he tries to like step and then he just sort of trips himself up slightly because he doesn't end up where he thinks he's gonna end up, kind of thing, and he's like, oh.
It's a 5th level spell, and I could reduce it by 1.
I believe it also takes a diamond.
Fuck me, I forgot. Why did I even prepare this? Diamond
Because
dust.
you forgot.
Oh no, diamond dust. I think we have picked up.
You have a
already.
diamond. I do not believe you have diamond
I
dust.
thought I picked up on shopping, but I might be making that up. Okay, right.
So you could pulverize the diamond that you have.
No, I would rather not do that. I need the restoration or the revivify.
Yes.
Okay.
Belinda is going to go eat some apples.
So, thoughts on spending that potion right now? And on...
I think it's a good idea, and I don't think
I'm
it's
just not
worth
sure on
doing it
who.
on me because
Yeah.
I only have 1 level.
Yeah.
And you want to get bang for your buck. Belinda is going to be out of our hair for a little while.
Yeah.
But if we want to make a hasty retreat, it would be good to be on her. Clifford is going to be up in the action. If we get into combat, it might be better for him to be at full
He can't
capability.
blink, so and his movement speed is halved at the moment.
I think
Yeah.
having Clifford at full unexhaustion
Yeah.
would be better.
Yeah.
Because he can then also try and, like, he grapples stuff
And
sometimes,
he
right?
casts
Yeah.
spells now,
Yeah.
which is
He
sick
does.
as hell.
He has a ring now, yes.
He does. Alright, should we feed Clifford the potion of vitality?
Yeah, I
Yes.
think that's fine.
Alright,
Go for it.
we will spend our very rare potion of vitality
Nothing.
to Clifford. We get out the doggy bowl and we pour in a crimson liquid that regularly pulses with dull light, calling to mind a heartbeat.
He looks at it for a long moment and looks back at you.
Please drink
Oh, I
it.
like, no, like, this will make you feel better. And I, like, kind of dip a finger in and do that. And, like, wow, yeah, that does make me
He's
feel
in
better.
the telepathic bond. You know.
Is he?
Yes.
Is he in the
Did you include him in it?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then,
Okay.
you know, tell him through that.
But not cat.
But not cat.
Not
okay,
cat.
cool. So you know that he typically doesn't eat or drink?
Yeah, but this is a potion. It's a magic potion.
Yes. Yes. I suppose he's more
He's
than-
chewed things.
He
before.
shreds
He's
stuff. He
familiar
destroys
with the
them.
concept.
He just doesn't eat or drink. So he's just a bit
Please
confused
drink
about
it.
what you want him to do.
You put it in your mouth and then
Pretend.
goes down your throat.
He sort of sticks his face in it and
Oh, like, okay, well, we'll pour a little splash out into the bowl.
okay.
Just to see if he
Just
can
pour it in
drink
his mouth.
Well, if he's up for that.
I'll put another bowl underneath it just in case it falls out.
Oh my god.
You can get 2 of these. We can get the bag for a buck.
He just goes right through Clifford. He gets all the benefits.
Maybe.
And then we give it to Belinda.
I think after a bit of difficulty of him being like, I don't like this, what are you trying to do to me? kind of thing.
Get in a headlock, take your
classic,
medicine.
yeah, classic cat thing of like, no, I don't want to. you mildly force feed him this medicine and he does lose his points of exhaustion.
Hooray!
And he's sort of like, I didn't like that, there's something inside me now, why do I slosh?
But
like-
he feels better.
Can we see it sloshing around and...
Not really,
Thank
no.
God for that.
He is,
Hear it.
whilst he is see-through, anything that goes into him is also vaguely see-through. Like, you've pushed good berries into him before, and it's not, like, he has not enjoyed it.
I couldn't remember if we were able to feed him good berries.
I believe that you did. You can get 1 or 2 into him before he gives up, because
I see.
he does hate,
Okay.
he does not like eating or drinking.
Noted.
Cool. Well, for the next
He doesn't
24
like
hours,
having things inside of him, he's not used to it.
he will regain the maximum number of hit points for any spent hit die.
Lovely.
So he will have some very
Ooh.
good short rests.
Good for him.
Going forward.
He will also attempt to avoid any more cuddles at this point in
Yeah,
time
really.
because he thinks that. Oh, yeah, you can pass that back. Oh, no, you can keep that until the effects are off, I guess.
Yeah.
Because he does not like the fact that you just force fed him something and he doesn't like
He
it.
doesn't trust us.
Sorry, Clifford, but it's for your own good.
I feel
take
so
take your
sick.
medicine. Just try and keep it down. You did very well, very, very well.
He looks a really unhappy puppy as he's like plodding along behind you. Belinda's like, it's not so bad, food is good. He's like, yes, I like shredding it.
Okay, Belinda's gonna go chow down at the stables, or possibly in the orchard.
She's going for the orchard. She saw some fruit and she wants it.
Alright.
But remember
Don't-
not to gorge yourself.
Don't get yourself arrested. Or whatever it is they do here.
Okay.
Don't get poisoned.
Yeah.
How will I know?
I don't know.
Anyway, see you later. And she starts like clip-clopping off.
And then I guess we approach the front doors and join the queue or whatever.
Yeah.
And actually, like, kind of like get up close to some of the guests and like take a closer look at them. Can get inside.
Yeah, okay.
Mm.
So we reach the main doors, and I think what you would immediately see is that there are individuals that are like, I think like guards, but not quite as heavily armed. A bit more because they've got like poles and stuff, but they've got like little fluttery flags kind of thing. That are like a
nice.
light blue in colour with a snowflake on them in silver.
Mm. The armor is like wrought with like snowflakes and similar.
Mhm.
Is the art style comparable?
Very similar.
Fuck. Do I get funny looks from the guards as I approach wearing this?
So as you approach,
You accidentally joined another cult.
Oh, fuck.
welcome to your new knightly order.
Oh, no. Listen to Garen.
I think as you approach, this would be a really good time to take a short comfort break, as it is nearly past and we've been playing for nearly 2 hours. So let's take a short comfort break, get some coffee, that kind of things. We will be back for some more shenanigans. Thank you.
See you soon.